Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? God's child and MacDL, the first two in the chat, man. Welcome to the stream. Shout out to MS. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get on in here, guys. Shout out to some British dog, Tyzon, Mike off Rip Pop, Creatio. Oh, that's you changed your name. Tragic. John, Tony, ATS. Yes, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, guys, we're going to be reacting to some videos today. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Hold on. All right, man, let's get into this reaction. First video up on the chopping block. I caught him with a minor on his birthday. Let's watch.
Meet Bo, an inspired mechanical engineer, professional cupcake drawer, and the birthday boy. You see, Bo wanted to eat his cupcake before we all wished him a happy birthday. But someone must have ordered the wrong number of candles, because instead of 26, he tried to blow 14. On today's exciting episode, Jidion and I make shocking discoveries and put the final bow on.
Bro, 26 going for a 14-year-old, bro? You're a demon. What? You're actually a demon.
Marcus Cousins, Jidion, and EDP Jr. One of you lucky viewers will be able to win this, so make sure you stick around to the end and get us to 145,000 likes on today's episode of EDP Watch.
All right, all right.
What's good, y'all, man? Welcome to another episode of EDP Watch. And today, man, we're with the GOAT himself, Mr. Jidion. A lot of weirdos this weekend, but our first weirdo is Bo.
This is Bo. He's 25 years old. Thinks he's coming to meet a 14-year-old girl and wants to draw on her.
Yeah, he's a tattoo artist. He's actually a really good drawer. And our decoy asked him if he
these dudes, they got the weirdest riz ever, bro. I'm actually an artist. I'm actually like someone who draws and animates. I've been drawing since I was like 4 years old. I have never, ever said to a girl, hey, let me draw on you. Where do these guys get their game from, bro? This is some real weirdo stuff, man. But it makes sense when you're 25 shooting your shot at a 14-year-old girl. Insane.
Make a really cute cupcake.
Here's the picture of the cupcake that he drew that he's going to draw on the decoy, or they're going to draw it together.
You know what's crazy? He also wants to bring some cupcakes over.
Does he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
We are also gonna be doing a PS5 giveaway. Sadly, Bo isn't gonna be the one receiving this PlayStation, but what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna be signing it, Skeeter's gonna be signing it, Bo's gonna be signing it. At the end of the video, we'll be letting you guys know how you can win.
Yeah, bro, imagine trying to win a PS5 signed by an actual Predator.
You can win this PlayStation 5, but you know, it's coming soon.
The PredStation 5. My goodness.
What's the password?
Hostess with your
What? Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, it's nice. I don't think I've had these cupcakes before.
No?
No.
It's just you here?
Yeah.
It's just you here.
I like your hat. I thought you got food.
Earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I also ate it along the way.
I DoorDashed earlier, but like.
Did you?
Yeah, you want fried?
Sure, I'll feed a fry.
We're kind of cold.
You want to feed me a fry?
Okay, there you go. They're a little cold. Sorry. It's horrible. You look a little different. Maybe it's, I think it's like the hat.
Is it? Oh shit. My hair's a mess. Can't believe you're real.
Yeah, I can't believe you.
I've been nervous.
You don't look like scary though. I thought you were gonna be like scary.
No, I look very like.
No, you look nice.
I look well put.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I have a dark sense of humor, and I don't talk much aside from people I want to talk to. So like normally I'm like dry and talkative and just like supervisor demeanor.
Antisocial, checking off the boxes.
I got you a plate for your food, but we can eat a cupcake. I thought you were gonna get me like the frosting.
The frosting?
Like frosted cupcakes.
Oh shit! You see, you should have said that. Also, the text now app like it muffles a lot of what you say, so all I
I can't really hear you that well either.
all I hear is bark, bark. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, okay, yeah.
Wait, you don't like to bark?
No, I don't mind barking. I was just like,
Okay,
what do we-
give me your best bark.
Ruh.
That was good.
That's pussy. Come on.
That was good.
All bark, no bite.
Okay, should we eat?
Sure.
Like, okay, ready?
Hey, yo, I ain't never seen the decoy get this involved before in one of these EDP pred catches. I've never seen the decoy get this invested. They're usually already walking in, you know, flashing the paper. Okay, all right.
I also like, I thought there'd be like cameras rolling out and like people were like, you're on To Catch a Predator or something.
I don't know what that is.
Dude, we gotta watch it.
We gotta watch
We
it.
gotta watch an episode.
Oh, what is it?
This dude's sick, bro. This dude's sick. He's 26 years old, and he wants to watch an episode of To Catch a Predator with his, what he believes is his 14-year-old date. He even said, I thought there would be cameras. Man, ain't that crazy.
Hey, Predator.
Hey, sir, can you come back over here, please, and have a seat right
It looks old.
It is old. They're messaging online with like girls. They're like in their 30s, 40s, and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. Now I understand. He thinks it's only weird if you're in your 30s. But 25? What's a little 11-year age gap, huh? When has an 11-year age gap ever hurt anybody?
You're not that old. I'm almost taller than you.
No, you're not. No.
Hey, yo. I forgot that this is an actual like adult woman for a second there. She's not actually 14. But still, bros, he's making his moves.
You're looking up.
Almost.
Yeah.
Does my butt look like bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Bigger?
You did something.
I did something?
You did something. Nice ass though.
Okay, I think we're good. We're good, let's go.
Yeah. We got him.
Hands up, down. Let me see your hands. Turn around. Face the wall. You have anything sharp that you can find in this
Literally 2 minutes ago, he was showing this chick To Catch a Predator. And now he's being put up against the wall by what looks like police officers. They're probably not cops, though. The cops usually show up after, but we'll see.
What do you got?
A knife. Where? On my left.
Yeah, that ain't a cop. Look at his build. I mean, they got fat cops, but actually he has a gun on his hip. This might be a cop. Okay.
Well, man, I know we're not.
They're really letting the standards at the police academy drop a little bit, huh?
Catch a Predator, but you know we're the second best thing. You know the saying. Can you have a seat?
Nah, that's not a cop. That's not a cop. Armed security, okay.
What's this? What the f is this?
Do you want to watch EDP Watch episodes early and completely uncensored? So can never before this.
So, Bo, what brings you here tonight?
Honestly, man, I was just curious if she was legitimate. That was pretty much it.
Okay, and based off of your interaction just now, what did you find? Was she legit or?
She was.
Yeah. Okay. So what was the plan after you found out she was legit?
Probably won't believe me, but I mean, there was
Probably
no
not.
true. Yeah, definitely
Okay.
not. There's no true intention. I mean, no negative intention.
No negative intention. What would
Bro was just lifting up the back of her hoodie, looking at her booty, talking about, oh yeah, I like that.
an example of a negative intention be?
Like most people find to catch predator, they're rapists, pedophiles.
I can see you're a fan of the show.
I am, actually.
And we are too. Sort of.
Why did you?
Why would he watch shows like that? You would think it would give a dude like this anxiety, right? That'd be like you working for the cartel and your favorite show is Narcos. It just, I don't know. I mean, well, there are probably some pretty big Narcos fans in the cartel.
You want to show her about it, like, you know, is it because this kind of correlates with the show?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Ben Andrews says it's training. Well, clearly he didn't do enough. He fell right into this trap so easily.
It correlates with the show. And also,
so wouldn't that make you one of those?
Well, not only that, but like on Scout, you know, you the demographic, it's a lot of different people. I mean.
That's where you met this Girl Scout.
Yeah, and her age said 18, and then she texted me, and I honestly didn't believe she was.
Well, what did she tell you? How old did she tell you she was?
I think over text, over actual text messages, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said, damn, lol, why you on an app that young?
Yeah.
And you said, no sweat, I got you. So you actually be meeting people on it. So it didn't seem to faze you.
Well, can you read her messages? Well, it did faze me, so I said, damn.
Yeah. Well, besides the text messages, what were your initial thoughts when she told you that she was?
I was honestly shocked. I was shocked. I was like, this has got to be like a catfish. And that was honestly why I came here. I was like, I have a feeling I'm going to get set up and I'm going to end up, you know.
Okay.
Bro said he wanted to get caught. He wanted to be on Jidion's show, is what it sounded like.
And are you happy with the results from playing it out?
No one say happy. I don't think no one's happy, but I mean.
Why are they zooming in on his shoes?
It was worth playing it out and seeing if it was legitimate. Did it cure your curiosity?
Are they trying to say something about guys who wear shoes like that?
Did it cure your curiosity?
Was the cupcake worth coming to visit?
Was it worth the bite?
It was not worth the bite.
Okay.
I mean, you were kind of getting handsy there for a second.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know?
And Bill, you said you didn't have any negative intention. What about when you said, you look sexy as fuck, I like that, cute little ass you got?
They always say that.
Thank you.
They always say that. They always say that. I want to do something with your cute little booty. They always say that to these underage girls. This is weird stuff, man. They always say that. They always like emphasize the fact that they're young and little. Weird, man.
You forget to read her messages way back. She was like, well, you don't flirt with me, you don't do anything. So I think y'all have the wrong like image here, or like a derogatory way about it, because you're reading only one side of the story. You're not reading
well, here, tell us what the other side of the story.
Yeah.
Well, please. She's inferring that, you know, she's looking for older men, and she's like trying to allure the fact, or she's trying to I guess infer the fact that she wants someone to like be sexual and like speak to her in that kind of derogative manner.
Oh, okay.
And read the messages.
Okay, no, I've got them here.
Well, again,
so
you're
So what? You sound like a sleeper agent. Like it sounds like she said like a code word that activated your predator instinct.
yeah. She make you say these things?
Predator instincts. Yeah, again, it was inferred. It was inferred that that's what she wanted, and you can read back to her text messages.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like we read all the messages. Like, were you reading in between the lines, or did you get like a secret hieroglyphic? That
Bro trying to say the 14-year-old girl told me to talk to her dirty. So what else could I do? My hands were tied. I couldn't do anything about it. I had to oblige. It was the right gentleman thing to do.
We can't decipher?
Okay. I'll read some too, because
that's fine. You can. We'll read some chat logs. You read some chat logs.
I mean, you're making it sound like it was all just me here.
Okay, so it was.
Yeah. You really got to share some of the blame with the 14-year-old chick when you're 25, right?
It was partially her fault as well.
No, I'm just saying there's blame on both sides.
Okay, so she's
right. You got there's blame on both sides.
Girls.
No, I'm blaming.
Oh my gosh.
Per se, but I
blame on both sides
like
is
I was
crazy.
just like out to be
a predator.
Yeah, be
Right.
predator
Okay,
like
yeah.
initially.
Now, what about when you said, I'm sure that ass feels nice when hitting it from the back?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's, I don't know how you recover from that one. Blame on both sides? Yeah, really?
And then she didn't even know what that meant. And then you sent her the Urban Dictionary definition. So you went scholar on her.
I didn't want to say anything that would come off like it's from my word of mouth. So, why not have a technical definition?
Can you help me find
a degree of separation? Got it.
Hit it from the back in Webster Dictionary? Like, that's more like slang, I think. Right?
It is slang,
Yeah, definitely slang.
Are you trying to like slang that thing on a girl? Is that why you use slang?
I think I might have heard Drake say that line.
We know how Drake is.
In a rap song. What about you said like when someone's hitting it from the back, I'm sure your ass feels real nice.
I'll get to that in a minute.
You'll get to that.
Oh, we got to hear it.
Bro, to a child, 14 is still like child territory in my opinion, bro. Like proper, that's a kid, bro. Especially when you're 26. Bro, this is an 11-year difference. Let me put this in perspective for you. When he was 11, she wasn't born yet. When he was 12, she was a 1-year-old crawling around on the ground going goo goo gaga. Okay?
Where she alluded to everything.
Okay, gotcha.
That's the part I'm trying to get
That's
to.
insane, bro. That's insane. I guess 11-year difference ain't a big deal once you get up to like 60 and 50. You know what I'm saying? Like 49-year-old woman with a 60-year-old guy. By that point, okay, yeah, whatever. But when we're talking about an actual 14-year-old, bro, you are literally a demon.
Okay.
It's kind of taking a while. You want to phone in a friend, maybe?
Didn't you say you had a friend that lives around here?
Yeah, I do. I have workers live around here.
And what do you do for work, Bo?
I'm actually, I work for, probably not anymore.
He's like sinking in. He's like, well, I probably just lost my job at the tattoo parlor.
You work for what now?
20 and 31 isn't that deep. That's fair. 20 and 31. It's still a little, in our modern times, 20 and 31 is still a little, nobody could call you a predator. That's for sure. At least not saying that you prey on young girls. A 20-year-old woman, that's an adult woman, for sure. Still, I don't know, when I think of my 20-year-old daughter that I'll have one day, I don't know if I'd be thrilled if she walked through the door with a 31-year-old guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'd be thrilled. But maybe he's got his life together. If he's really got his life together, I mean, then, hey, she's an adult. He's an adult. What's certain, though, is 14 is crazy, bro. 14 is insane, actually.
I'll get to that.
Okay.
He's looking.
That's Chris Hansen's line. I'll get to that in a minute.
He's a fan of the show, though.
Yeah, he is a
Talking
fan.
to Chris Hansen right now.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
He's taking over the interview. He's going to the chat log.
No,
He knew to take a seat. You're taking a job from us, Bo. You would have been great on the team.
I'm really not. Irish, yeah.
No, but let me ask you this. Now, you've seen the show To Catch a Predator. Would you say you're any different from the individuals that appear on that show?
Probably not from a open perspective, no, but in my eyes, I think I am.
You think you're an exception?
What's that difference?
What's the difference?
Again,
Yeah.
as you're about to say, I think I make an exception for myself. I didn't come here with the intent to like.
Bro, you literally said you were going to make her throw that ass back in a circle, bro. What are you talking about? I didn't come here with the intent. This dude is beyond delusional.
Again,
he's like lying in real time as he's caught in 4K. What is going on?
The demographic y'all set up on like a scout app. I mean, you meet people on there all day long and all.
Well, we'll finish that sentence, Bo. You said you weren't here to.
As I said prior, just wanted to be as respectful and friendly as possible. I did say that in the conversation, and that I meant, and to have a conversation. I mean, it doesn't have to be what she was inferring or alluding to.
Right, but you understand why that's hard for me to believe when you say things like, you have a nice ass.
And that's why I was skeptical about saying something like that.
So you want to be respectful coming here, right?
I did.
So why when you were talking to her, you looked at her butt and said, wow, that shit's fat as fuck. Why would you say that? That wasn't very respectful.
Actually, when someone's asking you, when someone's inferring and alluding that they want you to flirt with them and be flirtatious because I'm a safe guy or I seem like
she's 14,
like a brotherly figure, then yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. So that's how you talk to your sister. He's like, I was just trying to be a good big brother. You know what I'm saying? This guy is he should just pack it up. He's digging himself a deeper hole.
They're going to want to stand out and be different or, try to, be a little more to impress them. But again, granted, I knew the age, so.
Yeah.
You see, I got friend zoned a lot back in my day, and every time I got put in you're like a brother to me, if I were to say, dang, that ass fat as shit, I think,
that might raise some red flags.
That would have been like harassment, low key.
Yeah.
That would have been what now?
That might raise some red flags.
That would have been like harassment, low key.
Harassment? Is he like trying to make a pun on Riz and harassment? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
We'll just let it go. I don't know what
That's people that call you're like a brother to me?
Riz. I think that was a pun.
Honestly,
okay, all right.
No one's ever said that I'm like a brother to them. This is the first. So not only that, but
was it like a kind of like an incest thing? Did it kind of turn you on? Is that why?
Jidion is sick in the head, bro. Harassment. Wow. Only he could come up with something like that.
What?
You saw her as like a sister, so.
Well, no. That's why I moved on from her calling me a brotherly thing. The messages are there. I know yesterday went through them, but she called me a brotherly figure. And
well, we're still trying to see though.
That's a thing? Chat, that's a thing? Y'all are saying harassment now? We're just saying that there's a classification of Riz that is harassment? Oh, gosh. Wow. Okay. All right. You learn something every day.
Those messages that you're talking about.
Yeah, pull those up. But in the meantime, I'm wondering, so you said she was more provoking you to say things.
Exactly.
What about in the kitchen just a little bit ago? Was she provoking you to say that she had a nice ass? Or
She was.
She was?
Yeah.
Oh, it's an old joke on TikTok? Okay. All right. Well, I don't use TikTok. I actually don't use TikTok. I haven't used it ever. Besides when I was trying to post stuff on TikTok, which I haven't done for years. I've always been a YouTube Shorts guy. I know, supposedly TikTok is far superior, but I already have enough, things trying to destroy my life. I hope you can understand. So I'm not hip to all the TikTok trends, okay? And TikTok slang.
Y'all heard the conversation we were having. So, I mean, she did. So how about my...
She said what?
How about my butt? How does it look?
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't know if you know this, Bo, but 4-year-old girls, whether they want to or not, they can't legally consent to do things with people.
I know what this is. I know exactly.
Yeah, you've seen the show many times. So what was the episode of To Catch a Predator that you pulled up just now?
Honestly, I just saw Funniest Moments or something like that.
Oh, Funniest Moments. Yeah.
Maybe this can make the compilation.
This might make the compilation, yeah.
Best Prey Catch 2024?
Wow.
Yeah.
Funniest moments of To Catch a Predator.
Yeah, it could definitely make the cut. When you're referencing the show, you say they get arrested for rape. It's wild.
It's statutory.
It's statutory, right? So, would you say that's what you were here to do tonight? Because that's what it seems like from the chat log that I have here.
Can you repeat your question? I'm sorry, man.
I mean, you said should look it up. It's whether these undercover police, pretend to be minors, years old, but most times the older men are very sexual and weird as F. And when they get to the house, they're supposed to hang out, kind of like how you guys were, and they get arrested for grape. Law is wild. I mean, I would say that this is wild that you're here.
Yeah, well, again, not gonna lie, to come to a shot, but when I was in service and I learned pace, it was always follow through. So it's one of those things where I just have to follow through with. Now that sounds like an excuse, man, but I just have to follow through. And
Bro's saying that he came because of principle. I think he's saying like I'm not a quitter. I'm reliable. When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. Is that what I'm hearing right now? Bro's like, look, I I didn't want to come, but you know, I always finish what I start. You know, kind of energy.
Honestly, was curious if she was real or not, and it panned out. And did it work in my favor? Probably not.
I mean, no, like you make a promise to a girl, you gotta keep it.
So you would say your word is your bond. Your
My word is my bond is crazy.
Not my word is my
Voucher.
bond, but I mean,
You stand on business.
no.
seems like it does.
If it seems like it's something that I guess could develop, like
This dude is way too calm right now, by the way. He must not know who Jidion is. He doesn't realize this is about to be seen by literally millions of people. Wow. Because, I mean, dang.
friendship-wise,
Okay,
then like
I got
it
you.
doesn't seem like it can be.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what I have here, Bo. I mean, you can say what you want. She provoked you, this, that, and the other. But what I see here is that you're here to meet a old girl, and you're talking about how nice her ass is and hitting it from the back. So
But can you not?
from what I have here, it seems like you were here to do that with a 4-year-old girl. Do you see how I'm drawing that conclusion,
no, I
though?
see how you're drawing that conclusion,
Okay.
but can you also say that she alluded to some of those?
I don't see that. It's kind of something that you brought up yourself.
Do you have any sisters, little nieces, cousins?
I do have a little sister.
How old?
She's 22.
Okay.
So when she was how would you feel if, like, you know, you came home and, you know, you saw a 25-year-old man sitting inside of her your
Would
crib?
you be concerned?
I would be concerned, and
Okay.
I'd probably do as y'all are doing, call the cops, or probably
Yeah.
use that myself. But
So do you think we should call the cops?
well, they're already here.
Do you think? I mean, do you think you should? What do you think should happen? Do you think you should be arrested, or?
I should be arrested because this is a crime I've committed,
Okay.
and again, the only thing I can say is sorry. I've had no intentions, and I swear.
Okay.
I had no intentions is crazy, bro. Your life is ruined. You're cooked. This is unrecoverable. You cannot recover from this. There are few things where you can't ever recover. This is one of them.
Another thing to note too, I saw her on another episode. I saw her somewhere, and I knew she looked familiar, and I thought it was
Like literally, you could, you know, let's say he goes to jail, he doesn't go to jail, whatever. He gets out, he starts to rebuild his life. He's a tattoo artist. He changes his name. He changes his Instagram, everything. He gets clientele because he's talented. Let's assume he's talented. And he's rebuilding, right? He's rebuilding. He's locked in. He's back in the lab. He's better than ever. Crazy tattoo works. Build up a whole new Instagram. Never shows his face on his profile, right? Maybe gets a whole face tat. Grows out his mustache and goatee. Cuts his hair short. Finds a girl. A girl comes to his parlor. He tattoos her. They fall in love. She's like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. You're everything I ever wanted in a guy. They get together. They start dating. They date for 6 months. He takes her to Jamaica. They have a great time. He proposes to her. Everything seems like it's going to be great. And then one day, her niece sees him and it's like, weren't you on that Jidion video? And then she shows her aunt, his fiance, the Jidion video. It's over. It's done. She's going to leave him. She's not going to stick around with this guy. I think you're pretty much cooked, bro. I think it's over. You can't. You might have to factory reset this one, bro.
Catch Predator or somewhere like that or somewhere online. So I just
Maybe EDP Watch?
yeah.
Was that it?
I think that was it because I've
Or
seen
Mosquito Predator?
no,
Okay, never seen that one.
Something what he said, but
EDP Watch, but Jid Handsome.
no,
I think it was Chris Handjob.
Oh, Chris Handsome.
no. I know you're fucking with me now, but no,
Oh, he's catching on. He's smart.
I mean, you think
condescending man, but I mean, how many cases do you see where they're legitimately like girls hooking up with like 20-year-old guys or like talking to 21-year-olds? How many people did you know in high school? And don't deny this, Mr.
Well, are you 20?
None? What? Huh? Now, I have witnessed an actual creep in high school before. I remember there was this one chick that I knew of And we were in what junior year of high school. And you know how these little thotties dress, bro, in high school. You know, these bops, they start bopping out sophomore year. Anyway, this dude who are clearly, they're in a car, they're clearly like beyond high school age. You know what I'm saying? These dudes look like they're in their 20s, bro. Driving down the street, lean out the window, and he says to the chick, he says, I know you young, but you look ready. He said something just like that, bro. Brazen in broad daylight. Dang, I know you young, but you look ready. And then he drove off. Crazy, right? The most I saw in high school was being a senior and knowing that there was a chick who was a senior in high school, so maybe she was like 17, dating a dude that's like a freshman in college. So he's maybe 18, 19, right? That's the most I saw. I did not see ever. I did not ever hear of a 14-year-old girl dating a 21-year-old dude. That is insane. You feel me?
21?
No, sir.
How old are you?
Y'all, I've already stated my age.
25, right?
25.
Yeah.
I'm just.
So why not use your own age?
Well, because at 18 it's
That's an
statutory.
example.
Anything below, so anything above 18 it's statutory. So again, I'm just saying anything above 18.
Yeah, so that's kind of what this is here.
And then you said on the phone, you said it's hard to think it's not a trap when you look this good. So
I want to find the message.
Okay, no, keep looking.
Please keep digging.
Yeah, please, Bo. If I could ask you, if this year-old girl had been here alone and we hadn't been here, what would have happened?
That's a great question. If I'm being all honest, in all honesty.
I mean, we would like for you to be honest, yes.
No,
Yeah,
I
please.
know, and that's what I'm getting at. I know y'all talk to a lot of people, and I'm sure they tell you a bunch of things, but we'll continue the conversation. I honestly wasn't trying to be out too late.
Got to work tomorrow?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
you go to school around here?
Actually, yeah, I am. Probably gonna get postponed as well with this, perhaps. But I am trying to get my graduate's degree for mechanical engineering.
What about like, high school? Dickinson,
No, actually, I attended school in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Bro, this
Was she
is
the
so
only 10
embarrassing. This is so embarrassing because it's not just this part of the video, but it's the beginning part where he's being all like weird and touchy with the chick. Oh.
Saw tonight?
That's a clever pickup line, I guess. Question, can I ask you a question? I'm sorry.
You can, but I want you to finish up your answer to my last question.
Yes, sir.
Just how the night would have gone. I just want to know how it would have panned out.
Wasn't trying to be out too late.
Okay.
I honestly, it's actually my birthday today, to be honest with you.
Today's your birthday.
Yeah, surprise me.
Wow.
So how old are you?
Hell of
So
a birthday present. then.
nothing better to do on your birthday night than hang out with a 14-year-old girl? Or?
I think we should sing happy birthday to
I
everybody.
was actually.
Happy birthday.
Bro, nah, you are an absolute demon, bro. If on your birthday, you're like, this is what I'm doing. This is my birthday gift to me. Whoa, bro. You don't have no shorties, you know what I'm saying, of age. You don't have any boys that you gonna go to the club with or even just have a kickback, bro, at the crib. Like, you gonna do this on your birthday? Your life is sad, bro. You have a sad life. On top of you being an actual like monster, you're also so sad. But I guess those two things, they go hand in hand. These dudes who end up on this show, they're not usually, the quarterback of the football team, you know what I'm saying? They're not usually Mr. Popular, right? So
To you.
oh boy.
Happy birthday to
Jidion is literally like a psychopath, bro. What is he saying this man happy birthday?
you. Happy birthday,
man.
dear pedo. Happy birthday to you.
It seems like someone hurt you in your past, and that's why you're.
No, you can't do it. You can't spin it around. You can't turn the tables. Literally anything you say You're the worst person in the room all the day. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens next, what is said next. You're always going to be the worst person in the room when you're meeting with a 14-year-old girl at 25 years old.
Really stuck on this like pedophilia thing, but like how many people have you known? Just answer me in a legitimate answer. How many?
Wait,
is that a question for both of us?
Real quick. What's going on, man? What happened in my past, bro?
Is that a question for both of us? Or
Don't
just,
start doing that condescending.
No. Like you know about my past.
You have no moral high ground at this point. Jidion could literally spit in his face and he would still be the better person.
Yeah, what's up, man? What happened in my past, man? Tell me what's up.
I'm sorry.
What's up? I want to hear your
Can you calm down as well?
Let me hear your analyst.
Can you calm down as well, please? I'm trying. He's not. If he's raising his voice and like y'all are telling me, he's trying to talk above me, and so I'm trying to be as calm and collective as possible too. Sorry, I'm not doing anything.
What happened in my past, my man?
It seems like you. Honestly, man, I'm not even gonna try to psychoanalyze you.
That would be for your best interest, I think. Don't dig yourself a deeper hole.
But I do think like you have some personal vendetta or agenda against people who meet up with like minors. But I mean, you can't.
And rightfully so.
But you can't.
But let's say that were true. That would make Jidion like Batman. It wouldn't make him a bad person. It's like, yeah, you act like you know somebody from your past that got abused by a predator. Is that why you have this like hatred for predators? Maybe. So that sounds like a great reason to not like predators, bro. Is if you were personally hurt by either directly or indirectly by a predator. That's literally how like Batman became a thing.
You cannot say without a shadow of a doubt, especially here in Houston, a city such as itself, that there aren't people meeting up with like, there aren't 25-year-olds, 26-year-olds meeting up with like girls.
There are. We just fought one.
We have one right here.
What's happening tonight?
Okay, I'm sorry. Aside
like,
from
dude
you,
is like, he's trying to make it seem like we all got that one friend. You know, he's talking like we all got that one friend who talks to like 13-year-old girls. It's like, no. 99% of us don't have that one friend, dude. What?
Trying to speak in like
in a general sense.
But
here, let me tell you what I found out about you, my man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you're a good looking dude. You know what I mean? Kind of look like the Night Stalker a little bit, but we can look past that fact.
Whoa! Yeah, I'm glad Jidion got to him before Netflix did.
But when I see you is, I see a guy that's probably not confident with himself. I see a man who has to prey on younger people whose family's not around. You ask about her family condition, her dad's around, her mom's around. I think like going for weaker victims. I think in the general sense of the word, I think you are a literal predator looking for prey. And I think you thought you had some prey tonight. I think when you came in that door, you saw your prey, you analyzed everything, you felt safe, you sat down, you were like, ooh, I'm about to get some tonight. But you know what? Your plans have been thwarted, man. That's what I see today. And I think when officers see all this, I think they're gonna see the same thing. Now you say, you feel like I have a personal vendetta against people like you. I mean, I do. Because you take the innocence away from children. So who wouldn't have a personal vendetta against that?
But why don't you go after the people? And also, you're wrong.
Broski is like, so why don't you go after them? Why don't you go after predators? Why are you wasting your time with me?
Highly confident. I, again, just wanted to see how this would pan out and follow through with this. And I didn't expect to be out late.
Bro, you literally lifted up her sweater to look at her booty. Like, you were trying to get some minor, loving.
And that's my honesty, but I think you got the wrong
guy. He wasn't going to be out late. He wasn't going to do anything.
No, I know y'all won't believe me. I'm well aware of how the show goes. I know y'all are going to doubt and make everything incriminating toward me. But that's
it's fun. Just the whole, hitting it from the back line and you have a nice ass.
But I tried to, be as respectful as possible. But whenever she told me I gave her a brotherly vibe and she was looking for more, for guys who are, and I have yet to find that text message.
Okay.
So it seems like.
Was there not a girl your age that you could hang out with tonight? Or even an 18-year-old, something legal?
There were.
There were. So what happened with those? Why'd you choose to go the illegal route tonight on your birthday?
I actually went home and I was like, this seems, as I said on the phone, it's like one of those things where it's like seems too good to be
like,
true.
I could have had some consensual adult sex tonight, but I didn't want that. Cooked.
And
you say a 4-year-old girl to you is too good to be true.
No. I'm saying the fact that I already had in the back of my mind that I was going to be like To Catch a Predator, where I was going to be the predator in this predicament. Okay. So it seemed like it was too good to be true. Like it felt like something was off, and it was like something.
So if that thought went through your mind, why not just stay home where you were if you said you went back home?
Honestly, it sounds dumb as fuck, but didn't want to be rude. That was it. And she kept blowing me up, and I was
You didn't want to be rude, so you figure you'd come out and commit a felony.
Yeah.
Wow. What a gentleman. A gentleman and a scholar.
Oh, one hell of a birthday.
It's really nice to meet you. I'm a fan. If ever...
Okay.
Oh, so he does know who Jidion is. Or at least who this guy is.
Autograph. I mean, I think this is pretty interesting.
What, autograph?
I'm not being negative.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Actually,
I mean, your wish is.
We can maybe do that for you. Flores.
Listen, Renee. You see, before you being an ass, man, I actually had a gift for you, bro. I know you didn't ask for mine, but I'm gonna sign it to you.
No, I was actually gonna ask for yours as well, man.
You just like what we do here? You a fan of? I know you're a fan of To Catch a Predator.
Actually, this is gonna sound as a shock to y'all. I'm going through the academy right now to be a state police officer. But I guess.
Wow. Hey, man. This is a well-known thing, though, that predators like going into institutions where they will have power to abuse their prey. That's how you get these kinds of people becoming priests in churches. It's how they become teachers in schools. And they also become police officers so that they can do their violent, heinous things and get away with it.
That's the world, too.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you're undercover right now?
No, actually, I'm not. Again, going through the academy, or at least...
Going through the academy?
You're never getting into the academy, sir.
Maybe you could help us catch the next one.
Honestly...
We got another one on the way.
If I can, like
help in any way?
No, I don't want to say help in any way, but if I can help prevent people from making my mistake, I would.
Well, I mean, do you want to stick around until the next guy comes?
May I? I don't know if that's an actual
Wow,
thing.
this guy's really trying.
Yeah, I mean...
He's just trying anything at this point to get around this or get away. Bro, you're done. It's over. It's over.
I mean, I think you're fucking with me.
No, I'm being for real.
We have another one that's ready to be on the way, actually.
If y'all mind me asking, can I hear how that conversation went?
Oh, you want to hear the chat logs from that one?
No, not the chat logs. I'm so sorry. No, I mean because she's gonna call them, correct?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, we just can't have you warning them
No.
beforehand.
Yeah, we don't want that.
I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry. That's not my intention.
Okay,
I'm honestly.
So you're not on their team?
No, I'm on their team. I'm on y'all's side. I'm on.
You're on our side. Okay.
You're not like them.
That's good
You're
to
like
know.
us.
No, well, I appear to be like them, but.
Right, on the outside, but internally you're not like that.
What'd you say your name was again?
Renee.
I know you wanted our article.
Maybe it was his parents' fault. His parents named him Renee. They gave him a girl name. Could that be why? Man.
Graph, mostly his, but...
I'll take yours too. You seem like
No, man.
You seem like a pretty...
I want your autograph, bro. Genuinely. Because I feel like you might feel like I have animosity, man, but like...
It seems like you kind of do, and I understand...
Genuinely? I think, after consequences happen, I think everybody should have a second chance.
It's just the whole, you being here to meet a year-old girl thing. It's just hard for us
to give a good first impression.
I accepted the consequences. I know.
I wonder if Jidion believes that. You gotta know, when you do this to somebody, there is no second chance. There is no coming back from this, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? This is... I mean, I guess the only thing that you could do that would actually be worse is if you didn't get caught by a guy like Jidion, you know what I'm saying, and you actually hurt a minor and then you got caught. Technically, he didn't do anything yet with someone that was underage. So I guess this is slightly less of a sin, so to speak. But I don't know, man. I think it's on video. It's on YouTube. It has millions of views. I think you're shot, bro. I think this is it for your reputation. Your digital footprint is cooked beyond repair. You got to move to a different country, change your name, change your look, everything. Stay off social media. Don't ever create an Instagram, a Twitter, nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
The outcome of this is, and
maybe even get plastic surgery. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah, that's bigger than ours.
I wanted to. I applied to the police academy for state, and so that's what I was intending on going through.
When were you supposed to go to do that?
I was gonna start that in January.
January, okay, but probably not now.
I mean, the chief will probably be pretty pissed off.
All right, Bo. Nice talking to you. Oh, nice to meet you. Yeah.
Take care.
Bro's like shaking hands. I don't know why they do this. They think this will make things better. I don't know. Maybe he thinks that Jidion and Skeeter will feel bad for him and not upload this video to YouTube. Nah, bro, you will be monetized.
I'm about to watch this later.
Oh, man. Dang. We lost a good one.
Yeah, he was really going to help us.
I mean, the only way to catch one is to get into the mind of one.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it, man.
Have a good night, man.
Have a good night, Bo. Thank you.
All right, boys, man. Luckily, we were able to put a nice bow on this case.
Well, there it is, man. Wow. So, he got caught trying to meet up with a minor on his birthday. Yuck. All right, guys. Well, that was that video. All right, so I came across this video by Poetic Flacco about Brandon Tatum. I gotta see what they're saying over here. YouTube's biggest Uncle Tom canceled for saying this during an interview. What's going on, man? I've been very unplugged from the conservative space. I'll be real with you.
And all the things. So I want to jump on here because my Facebook is public, and for those of you guys who are telling me that I owe a public apology.
All it took was some tears, not even a lot of tears, just a little bit of tears, to get America's most reliable Uncle Tom to come rushing to the defense of this Karen. Officer Tatum is the worst type of human being. Most normal people call out bad people no matter what race they are. If you are a terrible human being and you just happen to be black, we're gonna call you out. If you are a terrible human being and you just happen to be white, we're gonna call you out.
Right.
Officer Tatum is so obsessed with white validation that white folks in his eyes can't do no wrong. Officer Tatum derise and panders to white folks so much that even white people get uncomfortable watching him. And a prime example of this is the Saya Massey video, where Saya Massey was gunned down in her own kitchen unarmed. And everybody in America, conservative, liberal,
right.
white,
This
black,
was,
Chinese,
wasn't
it doesn't
this
matter.
This was a chick that threw the boiling water at the cop, right? Okay.
Everybody in America came together to say, this is wrong, she deserves justice. And Officer Tatum grossly underestimated the compassion of his own audience. Just because they're white and conservative doesn't mean they're racist. But let's watch him in a throwback video try to feed racist tropes to his audience, thinking this is what they want, before it grossly backfired on him.
I have to say, I think that this is justified, but it could have been avoided, but still justified. You can't throw boiling water on a police officer and not get shot.
The raccoon is strong with this one. You know you tripping when even the MAGA supporters was like, hey, bruh, that officer was wrong. He killed that woman in cold blood. He was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder.
Yeah, I do remember when he first put out this breakdown. It's been a while now, so my memory is foggy, but I do remember looking in the comment section and seeing police officers with white profiles being like, dude, you're wrong. This was wrong. This was bad from top to bottom. And so Yeah, but okay. But, sometimes people have a difference of opinion on certain things. I don't think it's necessarily a crime for someone to judge a situation wrong. And so why is he saying that he's getting canceled, though?
He told her to take the boiling hot water from off the stove. She took it from off the stove, had it in the sink, and because she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," he pulled out his gun. She panicked and ducked behind the counter, and he shot her for ducking.
She got one hand blocking her face. This is the pot that she's coming up from the ground and swinging at the officer like this. If you ask me, this is a what they call a suicide by cop, which means that the person is wanting to die at the hands of cops, so they do.
All right, but here's the thing, though. From what I understand, is that you're supposed to respond with deadly force if you perceive the possibility of deadly force, you know what I'm saying, coming at you. I'm not a cop. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't really fucking know what I'm talking about all the way. That's just my perception, though. I don't think a woman with a little bit of hot water in a pot is the equivalent to you pulling out a gun, and shooting her. There's so many things that you could do in between shooting her and not shooting her, right? You could back up out of the room. You could put some distance between y'all. I just don't think you need a shooter. You know what I'm saying? Like that seems a bit going to an extreme. But yeah, taser, right? Thank you. You could taser. They're different. You could mace her, bro. Mace, that stuff is strong, bro. If they could have just maced her down, she would have dropped whatever and be covering up on the floor. There are a lot of things this police officer could have done before having to shoot her. And I mean, cameras have a way of distorting the field of view. Sometimes it can make things look closer or farther than they actually are. But from what I can see here, there looks like there's a fair amount of distance between them. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole kitchen island between them right here. Okay. But all right.
Do something overt to make the cops shoot them.
Do you know how much of a bootlicking Sambo you gotta be for your audience who are cop-loving, far-right extremists for them to chastise you and say, hold up, bruh, we not defending no cop.
Okay, so here's one of the comments here. Nah, bro, retired SWAT officer here. I've dealt with 5150s with knives, machetes, and even a hostage. All of them were alive when we were done. Tatum needs to go sit on this one. 10-year veteran police officer here. Brother, this isn't justified. I've been to plenty of homes and de-escalated situations like this. It's clear this lady was dealing with something. This young officer had an ego issue and had no care for human life. Not fit to wear the badge. These are some W takes. W takes. That's another thing, right? We're talking about mace and non-lethal rounds and tasers. But also, he could have tried talking to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have tried calming her down, talking to her like a child. You know what I'm saying? Because, these people who are a little bit mentally unhinged, it's kind of like dealing with children. You calm them down with your voice. But, hey, any of the above would have been better than shooting her.
Who shot and killed a woman in her own kitchen because she allegedly had boiling hot water, even though she emptied out the boiling hot water and filled it up with cooler water. We're not defending no cop who lied on the report after the fact to hide his wrongdoing. We're not protecting.
So it wasn't even boiling water in there. She emptied the pot and filled it up with cold water. Okay, all right. Yeah, man.
No cop who called that woman names while she was on the floor in front of him with a bullet in her head fighting for her life. You know how much of a bootlicking Sambo you got to be for them to go against you? Once it became perfectly clear that his audience were not rocking with him, that his audience are not going to go along with this rhetoric, he came back. And this is when I realized that Officer Tatum isn't even worth addressing or ever responding back to or ever making a video about, because Officer Tatum doesn't have an opinion of his own. His opinion is whatever he believes them white folks who follow his channel want to hear. Because once it becomes perfectly clear that them white folks ain't rocking with the nonsense he spewed, he made a follow-up video attempting to soften his stance without truly copping out. Because, yo, you got to keep a little bit of integrity here. So he tries to soften up his stance a little bit while not fully copping out.
I just want to make this video to give a more detailed explanation of my opinions about this last situation, because it seems like a lot of people had a misconstrued version of what I was trying to say or what my total thoughts were. It's okay to disagree with me on the video. I don't mind. I'm open to dialogue. But when I believe that people are putting words in my mouth and things that I did not say, or saying that I agree with things I do not agree with, it necessitates me to make a follow-up video just to clarify these things, and then we move on. Because at the end of the day, I'm not indicted and I'm not in the casket.
Tatum is known to beat a dead horse. He's known to run a topic to the ground. But after he realized he miscalculated his pandering and his audience wasn't rocking with this was his last video on the subject. He didn't touch it after this. So
okay, all right. But here's the thing. Someone can be wrong, right? I'm not going to crucify a man because he was wrong about a thing and then had to sometimes we need that, bro. Sometimes in life we're wrong about something and we need multiple people to be like, bro, nah, you're off here. You're wrong here. This isn't right because of this, that, and the third. And then, you know what I'm saying? You humble yourself and accept that, okay, all right, I missed the target with that one. So I'm not going to crucify the man for that. But this video is almost 30 minutes long. We're only 5 minutes into this. So I imagine things get real bad from here. Because this whole situation that Poetic Flacco, I think is how you say his name, is bringing up, this was months ago, almost 6 months ago. So why is he bringing this up now? What's going on?
When I seen that this Sambo Igaboo was making videos about Michelle Bishop and Mike Jenkins, aka the Karen that called the police on her black neighbor for simply letting her know that he lives at the house she was currently at, I already knew what his stance was gonna be. I could have told you the entire script before I even watched the video. I could tell you every angle he was gonna take. But the only reason I'm wasting my time by even making this video covering it, even though we know that those opinions that Tatum may have shared is not of his own, or opinions that he don't believe in, have no conviction in, or opinions he's just regurgitating because he believes his audience want to hear it. The only reason why I'm even wasting my time covering it is because he didn't just cover and make videos about it. He took it a step further in regurgitating some very dangerous rhetoric that we have to discuss. Let's rehash the situation and break down what's going on. So Michelle Bishop, the woman currently on your screen, she was walking through the neighborhood.
Knock on the doorbell. Get a doorbell. We need you.
Okay.
What's going on? Do you live here? Yeah. You do? Papa.
While she was walking, Mike Jenkins was driving home from work. She makes a hard right onto his property. So he rolls down his window immediately and says, "Are you okay?" She doesn't answer him. She continues to walk up to his front porch. So he continues his drive home. He gets into his driveway, and you can hear Michelle asking him, "Do you live here?" And he says, "Yes, I do." But apparently that wasn't enough for Michelle Bishop, who apparently doesn't know who Mike Jenkins is, even though they've lived in the same neighborhood for years now. So she says, "I don't believe you," and begins to run away screaming for help.
I don't believe that. What? I don't believe that.
So where are you going?
Where are you?
So wait. Do you know who lives here? Wait a minute. She's reacting like she knows who lives here. What do you mean? Why? Why don't you believe that he lives here? If you don't know who lives here, anybody could live there. And well, we all know why she doesn't believe he lives there, right? We all know why she don't think he lives here. Boy, I would throw that stroller out with the trash.
chased her up here.
So she runs and screams like bloody hell in Bloody Mary. Runs help, screaming for her life as if somebody was about to capture her and cut her throat. So she runs over to her neighbor's house, let the neighbor know that she needs help. Somebody is chasing her.
Someone's
her husband
chasing
comes,
her.
Tells her
Wow.
husband somebody is chasing her. She calls the police and let the police know somebody is chasing her and her.
Oh, but if you talk about this, you're a victim. Oh, you victim mindset. You victim. Oh, you're a victim. If you talk about this stuff, stop crying, bro. Get out of your victim mindset.
Children. The husband and her walks back over to the property. Mike Jenkins' wife comes out. They tell Mike Jenkins' wife, as you just heard, somebody was chasing her. This is where things start looking real malicious. After lying and saying that he was chasing her, that's the first lie, she follows up that lie with another lie by claiming that Mike Jenkins never told her that he lived there. Even though we heard him tell her, I live here, and she stated, I don't believe you, and ran.
And she had kids.
Who chased her?
She said somebody in the silver truck.
A gray truck, and he came around the corner, and I was in the street, and so I come up, and I just have my kids, and so I'm like gonna pretend that I'm coming home, and so I pull up and I start walking to your back gate, and he stops here and he goes, "Are you looking for someone?" And I said, "Nope," and then he sat here, and I was like, "I need to get in."
Well, that's my husband. That's why he lives here. Yeah. He lives here. So he came in and he said there's a lady screaming, and I'm like, that's...
She got all worried that
Bro, this is how bad it is in America, bro. Like, this black guy, and props to him for having some sense of humor, but what so white people need to understand is he's not laughing because he thinks this shit is funny. This shit's not funny at all. You know what I'm saying? This bitch, right? She runs off screaming bloody murder down the street, trying to embarrass this man, calling all this attention, right? Unnecessarily, lying on his name. If this was 200 years ago, this dude would have to be hiding under the bed before, some dudes in hoods pull up and string him up to a tree, because that's all it took was the word of a white woman to say literally anything. But we're in 2025 now, so that's good. The point is, he's laughing like, yeah, you thought I was a predator. You thought I was a thief, an assailant that was lying and trying to pull up on you when you're literally trespassing on my property. But he has to laugh it off because he's a black man in America. It's nothing. I know you just falsely accused me of, trying to chase you and attack you, but it's okay because I have dreads and you're blonde, so it's all right. Oh, shucks.
How?
I'm sorry.
How did he scare you, though?
I just seen her in the driveway, and I was like, are you looking for somebody? Because I was pulling up out.
And I saw someone walking in our driveway, too, and I'm like, why is someone walking in our driveway?
Well, I'm sorry.
All right, sorry.
What? She said that someone was following her, so you were walking from there?
No, you came this way, didn't you?
No, I came down this street right here.
Yeah.
And I was riding slow because I'm looking at our Christmas lights.
Well, you just have to understand my point of view.
No, your point of view is you're racist. That's your point of view. You're racist.
With two kids, I just saw a car coming, and so I was like, oh, it scared me, and so I just pulled up here, and I kept thinking, this could be his house. But you didn't say, this is my home. You just said, are you looking? I was like,
I did. When you was on the porch, you asked me, did I live here? I said, yeah.
And you said, no, you don't.
And you said, I don't think you do.
It was obviously you could tell that I was really caught off guard.
I've consumed a lot of content surrounding this
Oh
video.
my God. You see, and this is where people like Brandon Tatum, the Hodge twins, Candace Owens, the people like that of this world, they have an opportunity to show that, look, no, I'm just conservative because I'm a fundamentalist Christian. I'm just conservative because I agree with those economic policies, da-da-da. I'm not a coon. Like, I'm not a racist against black people. When someone, and you know who I'll give credit, even though I feel like they still go way too far into the coonery. The Hodge twins, I've seen the Hodge twins call white people racist, and when when they act out of pocket. Here is a great opportunity for Brandon Tate. This is a layup to say, look at this ignorant, you know what I'm saying, just backwards white woman. Sees a black man pulling up to a nice house and just doesn't know who lives there and just assumes that he is like trying to burglarize the neighborhood. A layup of opportunity for these guys to just be like, yeah, what is wrong with this woman? Let's see what he says.
I've heard a lot of opinion being given on this video. I've seen some people watch this video and walk away with Michelle Bishop is a full-on racist. I've seen other people watch this video and walk away with Michelle Bishop is weird, a little eccentric, but they're unwilling to assume malicious intent. I've seen some people watch this video and say, this isn't a race thing. This is a man and woman thing. But what I hadn't seen
sure,
before
I'm sure if he was, you know what I'm saying, white with brown hair and a comb over, you know, I'm sure she would have also said, I don't believe you. What? Why didn't she believe him? Huh? Why didn't she believe him? What information could she have gathered within those 7 seconds of looking at him to come to the conclusion that there's no way you live here, right? If it's not because of the way he looks. Now, he probably was driving the kind of car that was appropriate for that neighborhood. He was probably wearing regular clothes. So the only thing she saw was a black man with dreadlocks and came to the conclusion there is no way that you could afford to live in the same neighborhood as I do.
I watched an Officer Tatum video. I didn't see anybody watch this video and walk away with the conclusion that Michelle Bishop is the victim, Mike Jenkins is the perpetrator, him and his wife are co-conspirators, and they put all of this together to scam and ruin Michelle Bishop's life. Only Officer Tatum and that dense skull of his will be able to walk away with that conclusion.
It happened. And it's worse than you think. Like, this dude is such a fraud. And I'm going to point it out to you very clearly.
This is a disease. This is a sickness. Now, I know some dudes who love white folks, but I don't know nobody who love white folks more than Tatum, bro. This is a prime example of it only takes a little bit of massaging and tears to activate the raccoon chip in the best of them. Tatum,
what is he about to say, bro?
Tatum love himself some white folks, man. Tatum love white folks so much, bro, that when he seen Michelle Bishop tears, he internalized it and personalized it as a personal attack on himself. You could just see how he's speaking about Mike Jenkins, the hostility, the hominin attacks. He now sees Mike Jenkins as an adversary.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Now that is the perfect one-to-one example of that character in Django, where what's his name? The guy that Samuel Jackson played. I don't remember his name in the actual movie, but whenever he saw the guy Leonardo DiCaprio was playing, what was his name? Candyman or whatever, Mr. Candy. Whenever he died, you thought he got shot. You know what I'm saying? What was his name? What was his name? The guy from the movie that Samuel Jackson was playing. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Because Michelle Bishop cried. See, Mike Jenkins didn't go looking for trouble. Mike Jenkins didn't go to Michelle Bishop's household. Mike Jenkins was driving home and all of this hit him at once. But Tatum is now calling Mike Jenkins a fraud because Michelle Bishop cried. Now, here's the thing, bro, when it comes to all of this, okay? He says he's going to expose Mike Jenkins and make it perfectly clear that Mike Jenkins is a fraud. Now, I want to see this, right? I want to see the babbling nonsense that Tatum is going to try to...
Yeah, Steven, that was his name.
...put together to make coherent. I want to see how Mike Jenkins is a fraud.
If you pull up to your house and you see this woman with her kids and she's at your door and she's spooked, you would think to yourself, because you know you were driving and you saw her cut off in front of your house. You driving the truck, you look out at the lady and she's walking in front of your house. And then you pull up and you see her and she's looking like she see a ghost.
I wonder why.
For a rational person, in my opinion, you'd say, I ain't spooked this lady. She's scared. Hey, man, look, I live here. Don't be alarmed. You know, my wife is so. We just moved.
Nah, fam. This is my property. I don't got to explain. I don't got to be sensitive to your racism. I don't got to be sensitive to the fact that you're uncomfortable around black people. I don't got to be like, where my hat at? Geesh, golly gosh, Miss, what's a white woman name? What's a white woman name? What's a white woman last name? Miss, geesh, golly gosh, Miss Barbara. I didn't mean to scare you.
In the neighborhood, don't be alarmed. I don't know what I did to spark you or spook you. Maybe me driving in the truck or whatever. But don't be alarmed. I live here. It's all good. You know, don't be at ease. Don't, you know, you don't have nothing to be afraid of. You know, I moved this neighborhood, whatever. Say something.
Whatever happened to, hi, can I help you? Are you looking for someone? Are you dropping off an Amazon package? What's going on here? Where are these children? You're on my house. You're on my porch. Can I help you? That's the attitude that I would have personally. Hey, looking for someone? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no, I live here. Yeah, this is my house. Can you move? Yeah, who are you looking for? You know what I'm saying? It's weird,
so you
man.
want him to do exactly what
Very
he already
simple.
did. You want him to notify her that he lives at the house, right?
Do you live here?
Yeah.
You do? Papa. I don't believe that.
What?
I don't believe that.
So where are you going?
Rory, come on. Rory, come on.
I'm so glad that people with a brain actually watch this channel, because I don't really need to do anything but just play the evidence. You are telling him to do something to avoid conflict that he already did that didn't avoid the conflict. You telling him to validate that he lives there. She asked, do you live here? He said, yeah. She asked again, you do? He said, yeah. And she still ran off, called the police on him and let them know that he was chasing her.
Yeah.
So
like, what does Brandon think, man? What does he think? Does he think that he needed to? He got to crawl up on his knees. You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't get scared. I live here. Pull out his driver's license. Look, this is my address. I live. Bro, what?
Things that you're telling him to do to avoid conflict, he did. But somehow, some way, you're still making him out to be the bad guy and Michelle Bishop to be the victim. This is sickening, Tatum. And it just shows, bruh, that you are one of those people who believes that if Masa's sick, you sick. Masa, you're sick? We sick, Masa. Yo, I can't stand this clown, bruh. But the stupidity doesn't stop here. Tatum would accuse this man, Mike, of luring Michelle Bishop and her kids onto his porch by behaving suspiciously. And then when he got to his porch and seen Michelle Bishop and her two kids on his porch, he connived a scheme on the spot to get internet fame and clout off of Michelle Bishop.
But instead, and this is just my opinion, I don't know this to be true, but I know people like this. He see an opportunity because his lens is everything is racist.
This is where Tatum exposes himself and really reveals what goes through his mind. His mind is filled with nothing but clout chasing, which is why he believes that a father and a husband would come home, see...
Nah. These kinds of videos need to go on the internet because we have an entire population of people, not just white people either, but in black people, Hispanic people. We have an entire population of people here in America who don't believe that these kinds of things ever happen. You know what I'm saying? And so it's good. It's good for this kind of stuff to hit the web. And I'm not saying that this woman needs to, you know what I'm saying, lose her job or whatever, but yeah, a little bit of finger wagging and public embarrassment is good. You know what I'm saying? Scare some sense into her, you know, or shame some sense into her. But to hear Officer Tatum try to somehow spin this and make the guy the villain, it's like, man.
A woman with her two kids on his porch And the first thing he thinks of is clout chase, internet fame. No, that man probably, bro, his heart is racing like, bro, I hope this woman ain't about to say those are my kids, bro. And then you go through the other motions, which is like, okay, is she in danger? Is she here? Is there trouble? My kid's inside. What's going on? Nobody is thinking of internet fame and clout, especially in the moment. But because Tatum's entire world surrounds clout chasing, he believes that everybody else thinks like this.
Yo, are you looking for somebody? I mean, and in her mind, it's now a suspicious situation. They squashed it, didn't they? It was over, wasn't it? She apologized, didn't she? This was a ring.
Hey, Luna, thank you for the donation, but I don't talk about religion no more on the internet, bro. Been there, done that. You feel me? My religious beliefs are gonna be just in here. Hey, y'all gonna have to figure out what you guys want to believe on your own. You feel me?
Camera. This wasn't in the media. This wasn't in the news. Nobody knew about this.
This is the problem with pandering to one side so much is you can't be honest. So he's so obsessed with pandering to one particular side that he ignores all the facts. So he calls these people clout chaser and say, look, this didn't have to come online. This could have stopped there. These people are clout chasers for putting this online. But what he doesn't tell his audience, and I hope somebody from his audience watches video so they can get the full story and the truth. What he doesn't tell his audience is that Michelle Bishop admits that she was the first one to publicize this. She was the first one to take to Instagram and go live. She was the first one to make multiple Instagram posts about this incident.
Fine. So I ended up, we went home. And that night when I got home, I had tears and I was making a cup of coffee. And if you guys know me, I put everything.
Why she got her dusty knees in the video? That was unnecessary. I mean, look, if she had nice knees, it might have helped her out a little bit. You know, it always helps a woman's case when she shows a little skin. But she got some, she been on these knees. She's put some hours in on these knees. So I don't know what she thinks.
Instagram, I talk all the time. It was an innocent mistake. I felt really stupid. I absolutely was crushed I felt like they thought I was stupid. I already felt stupid. I truly felt stupid. Like I said to them on the porch, I kept thinking maybe this is his house. And then I'm running and screaming at the top of my lungs. And so, yeah, I felt dumb for sure. So I went on Instagram in my story. I still have it archived and I have tears and I'm making a cup of coffee. And I said, I was like, man, you talk about a night. I'm like, man, my night just completely took a left turn. And I was super scary. I was like, I'll have to fill you guys in later. So I went live that night. And then I went live again the next morning. And I have to tell you guys, I have been on social media long enough to know that there's a lot of scrutiny. And so by me going live, I did not think that I was doing anything wrong. I was sharing the story of what happened, better safe than sorry, how scary it was, just what I went through. That's the only reason that I went live.
Oh my God. Oh, I saw a black man at night. What I went through, she's telling her truth, right? Sharing her trauma. She interacted with a black man after dark on somebody else's property.
This is why nobody takes Tatum seriously, because his opinions just go with whatever he believes his audience want to hear. Tatum knows this video exists. Tatum has watched this video. Tatum knows exactly what took place, but he purposefully omits that she went live first. She publicized it first. This is why a lot of us would say that Tatum isn't somebody that's worth even responding to or engaging with, because I can take and stand a fool who is solid in his convictions and has an actual stance. But if your stance is wherever the wind blows, you are just an idiot. See, Tatum's stance is, if you publicize this, if you took to social media to post about this, you are a clout chaser. Michelle Bishop is admitting here that the night it happened, she went live and then went live again the following morning to tell her audience her side of what took place and about this interaction she has.
She tried to get in
Mike
front of it.
Mike Jenkins and his family hadn't went live yet. They hadn't posted any videos yet. They hadn't publicized this yet. But Michelle Bishop, according to Tatum, got every right to tell her side of the story. But Mike Jenkins, the actual victim, he's a clout chaser. He's a fraud. He's a schemer for posting a video and telling his side of the story after Michelle Bishop had 2 opportunities to do so before he could even speak.
But these people, and maybe a few other neighbors that had gotten involved when the running and stuff happened. But no, he got to be a victim. And I'm telling you, y'all, I heard some more stuff out. Some more people reached out to me about this guy, and he does not seem like a good guy whatsoever.
Let me get this straight. Mike Jenkins is a horrible guy because a few people told you he was, who are probably linked to Michelle.
But it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if he's like a felon because it was his house. He was just pulling up to his house. She was at his house, uninvited, right? Or it looked like she knew his wife, which makes it even worse because from what I could see, I couldn't really, with the night vision, it was kind of hard to tell. But his wife looked like she was black. So you were surprised that you didn't know that this woman was married, right? You didn't know that she was married, and if she's black, there's a high probability, a high chance that her husband's a black man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
Bishop. But Michelle Bishop is a good person, even though she has a decade-long history of being a horrible person. There's documentation online on platforms like Reddit and Twitter that documents Michelle Bishop being terrible, lying, scamming, being a fraudster. But that doesn't count in how you view Michelle Bishop. Hundreds of people with forums and threads of how Michelle Bishop is a terrible human being, how she's a liar. That right there plays no part in how you view her. But a few people telling you Mike Jenkins is a bad person has convinced you he's a bad person.
I mean, listen, everybody has somebody in their life that is willing to call him a bad person. I'm pretty sure, huh? If not everybody, damn near everybody has a few people in their lives that, people they've interacted with that are willing to call them a bad person. So, yeah, man. End of the day, it doesn't matter.
Why? You're so quick to be biased. No, I truly wonder how someone turns out being the type of human being that Officer Tatum is. Like, I truly am curious. How does someone become an Officer Tatum? Because there's no way that this amount of self-hatred exists within yourself. I like everyone. Black, blue, purple, green, white. It doesn't matter. I like everyone. But Officer Tatum is so obsessed with whiteness that is weird. It's very weird. Bro is ready to throw away his entire reputation and integrity.
I'll tell you what happened to Officer Tatum. The same thing that happened to Myron, the same thing that happened to a lot of these, a lot of these dudes that end up going so far down this road. I think, they have some views, they hold to some positions that are unpopular amongst black people, and they start getting called Uncle Toms and coons and all of that, and they just double down. And then it gets positively reinforced by making a lot of money doing it too. You know what I'm saying? So eventually it just gets to a point where they're just like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? This is me. I'm that guy. They're already calling me Uncle Tom and Uncle Ruckus and all that anyway. You know what I'm saying? I was going down that road of being a black conservative, but once I started talking about how black people deserve reparations, and I start, learning more about black history in America and trying to share that with people, and I saw, these conservative Christians saying that, oh, you're a victim mindset and, this, down, the third, and just really just not even listening, bro. I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. Nah. Okay, I get it now. I see what all these other black people were saying now about the whole conservative space. Why they don't, they don't get in there, even if they're a Christian, even if they're a religious person, even if they have some conservative views. Because, bro, black people own. We trademark pause. You know what I'm saying? Black culture has some very conservative views in some very certain areas, but it's shit like this why they're like, but we can't go over there. we can't go over there because there's too much of this over there. And then once I saw that, I was like, oh, I get it now. Okay, for sure. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why we over here now, which is just, where the truth is, in the middle. The truth is always somewhere in the middle, right? They say there are two sides to a story and the truth is somewhere in the middle. That's the truth, bro. You know what I'm saying?
To defend whiteness when he don't have to. See, he took the buck dancing and shucking and jiving on the road when he interviewed Michelle Bishop and her husband. Now, I don't know what exactly I was expecting before watching the interview, but I guess I wasn't expecting him to, from the very beginning, make it perfectly clear this isn't going to be an objective interview. He isn't going to go hard. He isn't going to ask journalistic questions. This was only going to be an interview where he's absolutely biased and he's going out of his way to defend the agenda or his narrative and not the truth. He starts off the interview even before hearing her out by claiming Michelle Bishop is here to tell the truth about what really happened that night, painting her as the gatekeeper to the truth and Mike Jenkins as a liar.
Normally I just talk and run my mouth about certain things that I'm passionate about. But when I see things on the internet that are grossly unjust, I have to talk about them. And I know you guys have seen the last couple of days I've made videos about Michelle Bishop, who's a young lady that was at the doorstep of what I consider to be a con artist. And she was, in my opinion, honestly afraid because of the behaviors of this guy that lives there. And given the fact that he wanted to be a social justice warrior, in my opinion, and wanted clout and want to make it a race thing when this should have been over the day of, given the fact that he did all that and tried to expose these people and ruin their lives, I felt like it's my duty to make a video about this and continue to talk about it when nobody else will that much. And then I'm going to give them an opportunity to tell the truth about what happened.
I'm going to save you guys a lot of time here. They didn't discuss nothing that you didn't already hear them say in their own videos. Now, what they did do, though, they did qualify, I guess, their actions by claiming, well, we can't be racist because we have black friends.
It's in our neighborhood. I mean, this is our community, and this is a small community. It's, it's like a new urbanism community,
And why would he? Okay. Did I miss it? Did he say he also tried to interview the black people? Why would he even interview these guys? You know what I'm saying? Or if you're going to interview them, you better interview both sides.
Where everybody knows your name. It's like Cheers in here, and literally like one of my best friends, man, my boys, he's a black guy. We work out every single day together, dude. He's my business partner in here. We did vacation last year. Our neighbors right next door, our daughters are best friends. She's black. So like to see these things and they know who we are and who our friends are.
Look, and I'm not saying if you're a white woman, if you're any woman and you're walking down the street and it's dark and you're alone at night and there is a black guy, big black guy coming down the street in a hoodie, he look menacing, he's towering. Oh, yeah, I'm not saying you can't cross the road. I'm not saying that makes you racist. Shoot, I might cross the road depending on how big this nigga is. I'll be real with you. I mean, you got to be real big for me to cross the road, because I ain't a small guy myself. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't blame you, right? So that's not what we're saying. But this is what a lot of white people need to understand is that just because you have black friends and just because you're cool with some black people doesn't mean you don't have underlying harmful ideas about black people in general. that can cause you to spaz out. You know what I'm saying? Like this chick, she straight up spazzed out. She was on, this wasn't her property. She was at his house. Now, granted, she didn't know it was his house, but fine. But you're in no man's land. It could be his house. Maybe it's not his house. Okay, fine. Right? But it's not like the man hopped out the car and started like moving all aggressive or tweaking or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And she's screaming. She starts lying on him. That's the thing. She straight up started lying. He's chasing me. Ah, he's attacking me. Ah, what was that? I don't think she said those words exactly, but she said something like that. You know what I'm saying? What caused that to happen? What happened to I got black friends? Where did all that energy go? That's the point, man.
And our very community saying those things about us, man, it was a case of ostracism that, man, I've never experienced in my life, and it sucked. Yeah.
Listen, do I know these people enough to make a determination on whether or not they're racist? I don't. I don't even know them well enough to confirm if the story about their best friends being black is true. But what I do know, though, is that even if you aren't racist, that doesn't stop your actions from being foul and malicious. Even if you were scared in the moment and you ran away and you got to a point where you are at your neighbor's house, you are safe, you still called the police, told your husband he was chasing you, came back to the scene, told his wife that he never told you he lived there. So even after the fact, after the threat was removed, you called the police and did something more malicious, and then you lied on them. That right there isn't excusable by, oh, I was terrified, I was scared. No, the fear was gone, and you still lied. Your husband was by your side, yo was back at the porch, and you lied on him. That's where we say, okay, now, your actions is egregious. Was your actions based on him being black or him being a man? Probably both. Do I personally believe that you would have acted the same if this was a white man, blonde hair, blue eyes? I don't. Does that make you racist? It doesn't.
And bro is so light-skinned too. He ain't even like dark like that. You feel me? I mean, if bro was bald in this, bro, imagine if he was bald. This almost looked like a white man. Like, if this is all you saw, you'd be like, this is a white dude. Oh my gosh.
You know, you probably have some type of innate fear, irrational fear when it comes to people who look like him. Right? But just because you are afraid of something or you have prejudice in terms of, you know, how you treat them, does that make you a racist? No. All right? Racism means you believe that your race is superior to theirs. So I don't have enough context to, you know, to make a judgment on your racism. What I do say, though, is you did something really F up and really egregious in the moment. You know, and that you still haven't made amends for. I'll be real, bro. And I don't feel like you could make amends for this. Now, is saying, yo, I have black friends a good excuse for your actions? No. All right? Because, bro, we know pedophiles with kids. All right? R. Kelly has kids and he still touched kids. So, no. All right? Just like having kids isn't an excuse for why you're not a pedo. Having black friends.
That's a crazy, all right, you know, there are a lot of examples, analogies he could have reached for. That was an interesting one, but I get what he's saying. All right.
Isn't an excuse for why you're not racist. This is a really small community and is really tight-knit. And it's unfortunate that this situation has essentially tore that community apart. Hopefully they get it together. But in terms of this lady, Michelle Bishop, lady, you're unhinged. All right. You know, you are dealing with trauma that I can't even begin to explain the way you behave. The way you behave is going to get you in more trouble in the future if you don't correct your actions here and there. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? Do y'all believe?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'd say Officer Tatum took an L with this one for sure. For sure. Okay. All right. Let's watch this now. Elon Musk is losing his mind.
Spiraling out of control recently. All right, so Elon Musk has been completely spiraling out of control recently, and now I think pretty much everybody, except for his diehard simps, are starting to realize he's the biggest man-child on the planet. So things really started to
bro.
implode.
Elon Musk, this dude completely crashed out, bro. Completely crashed out. At first, I just thought Mans was kind of weird, cringe, and autistic, but he was, there were some redeemable qualities about him. But dude is completely crashed out, man.
When his Trump supporter fans started turning on him, when he tweeted that we need more skilled immigrants coming into the country on the H-1B visa because he claims there aren't enough talented and motivated engineers here. And he obviously just wants to hire cheaper employees. So this really pissed off Trump fans and people on the left, like pretty much everybody, except for people who hire H-1B visa workers. So then somebody commented on Elon's post about it and said that their son has an engineering degree and it's like impossible for him to find a job because of that program. And they ratioed Elon's tweet about it, and then their account got suspended. So then Elon just kept doubling down on it, and he said the people that are against the H-1B visa can take a big step back and go F themselves in the face. He said he'll go to war on this issue, the likes of which we cannot comprehend.
Whoa. The reason I'm in America, along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong, is because of H-1B. Take a big step back. Okay, all right.
And apparently you do not want to mess with Elon. He's also...
Actually, technically, Elon Musk came to America as an illegal immigrant. I learned that recently, which is very ironic. But yeah, he was here in America illegally, I think, for 8 years. So there's that. South African.
Previously said, there's a large graveyard filled with my enemies. I do not wish to add to it, but will if given no choice. Those who pick fights with me do so at their own peril, but maybe this is their lucky day. So it's just awesome hearing Elon try to act tough. It's crazy. He's one of the most powerful and richest people on the planet and is still somehow not intimidating at all when he says stuff like this. And now Steve Bannon, he said him and Trump supporters are ready to go to war with Elon and they're going to rip his face off.
Don't come up and go to the pulpit in your first week here and start lecturing people about the way things are going to be.
Yeah, you cannot. These dudes... Elon Musk is no match for guys like Steve Bannon, bro. Like, these conservative juggernauts, they will absolutely shred Elon Musk to pieces in any kind of a back and forth. One, Elon Musk is already autistic, so he already has that hurting him bad in terms of trying to talk shit to somebody. But he also doesn't really know what he's talking about when it comes to politics. Like, these dudes like a Steve Bannon, they've been talking about this stuff for 30 years and they know their base. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. All right, let's see where it goes.
If you're going to do that, we're going to rip your face off because you can't beat us. We're not beatable. This army of the Awakened's not beatable because we're relentless and we will never surrender and we will never slow down. And yes, if you go low, we'll go to the center of the earth.
And now I saw some people on the left.
And he's not lying. These guys are brutal, bro.
Cheering on Steve Bannon, which is wild. But then after this whole controversy, Elon, he started going to war with these people by taking away verification status of people who disagree with him, which demonetizes them and I believe limits their reach and engagement. And then he also banned a bunch of accounts as well. And since Elon took over Twitter, account suspensions have tripled.
Wow.
And that's not including bots. Like, that's only real accounts. And it seems like the bot problem on there is worse than ever. Like, there's so many now. And what's funny is after this whole H-1B visa controversy, Elon...
So just a complete hypocrite. Elon Musk has banned more people in a year than Dorsey did in his entire tenure. I thought Elon Musk was the guy of free speech. What happened to that?
Kind of tried to play it off like a lot of the accounts that were criticizing him were bot accounts, which is just so funny because he's kind of admitting that his platform is full of bots. But Joe Rogan was talking about this on his podcast, and first he was talking about Elon, and he didn't directly mention the H-1B visa controversy, but it sounded like he was kind of alluding to it when he was talking about how a lot of the arguments online, he's like, how many of those are actually real people with real opinions? And then Elon retweeted this and said exactly, which is just insane considering he owns Twitter and he claims he's cracking down on the bot problem.
Because of that, though, then you have to wonder, when you see arguments, how many of these arguments are real people and their real opinions, and how many of these arguments are this giant block of accounts that's been purchased by a large organization that is hiring people or using AI to have arguments with people and incite things online.
Yeah, so of course Joe says this right after his boy Elon gets criticized, you know, because Joe is like the biggest Elon dick rider of all time. So then Elon retweeted this to try to convince people that most of the criticism towards him is coming from
Joe does ride Elon's meat. That is true. Pause.
Bot accounts, which is just so funny. And people in the comments, thankfully, were calling him out. And they're like, shouldn't you as the head of...
Yeah, Joe Rogan is to Elon Musk what DJ Academics is to Drake, bro.
Twitter be handling this? Like, isn't this your problem? And people are like, don't try to play off the criticism of your H-1B stance as bots. You know, these are actually real people complaining about it. And then also in response to all this controversy, Elon had changed his profile picture to a Pepe the Frog meme for a few days to try to prove that he's still based or something. I think that's what's going on. I don't even know, but he's so bad at handling controversy. Like, also recently, he had the whole gaming community coming after him as well because he keeps trying to convince people that he's one of the best gamers in the world, and he's always bragging about it. Like, one of the last times he's on Rogan's podcast, he said he's like one of the top 20 Diablo players, which, I mean, most people with common sense would be like, that's pretty much impossible, because usually to be one of the best players, you gotta be playing nonstop. So most people assume that he's just paying somebody to play as his character or whatever so they can level him up and he can take credit for it, which is just weird, but it wouldn't have been such a big deal if he wasn't going around bragging about it.
So are you in the top 20 in the world or top 20? Wow, in Diablo?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell everybody your handle?
And of course, Joe never really questions anything Elon does, which is part of the problem. You know, the fact that so many people around him will just kiss his ass all day and never be honest with him, that really made him think that nobody would ever catch on to this stuff, you know, because he's so used to just everybody buying his bullshit all day. I mean, he could say whatever he wants and people are just going to eat it up.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Even just...
when you own Tesla, a space company, like you literally own a rocket ship company. You own the most profitable or highest valued car company that's on the frontier of clean driving or whatever they call it, clean energy transportation or whatever. You know, he has all this futuristic stuff going on, and then he's the world's richest man. Yeah, people are just gonna believe you when you say you're good at stuff, when you do things, when you accomplish things. People are just gonna believe you, take your word for it. But the chickens have come home to roost. People are catching on to who Elon Musk really is, which in reality, he's just a guy that got lucky and has lied a bunch. You know what I'm saying? And he's probably smarter than the average person, like at math and engineering and physics or something like that. But from what I've seen in my own personal research, Elon Musk hasn't invented anything. He's not an engineer. You know what I'm saying? His father was wealthy. You know, he just got lucky a couple of times. The government bailed him out several times when his company almost went bankrupt. You know, and apparently he sucks at video games.
His friend Duncan Trussell, who seems like one of his more sensible friends, he started glazing Elon for this and is like, I finally believe he's an alien. There's no way a human could be running all those businesses and be one of the best Diablo players. And it's crazy because he even says he could be paying somebody, but obviously he's not doing that. So Duncan thinks it's more likely that Elon's an alien than him just paying somebody.
So when you realize this guy shooting rockets into space, making e-vehicles, starting a new fucking department of the government is also the top. It's so crazy. It's the one time I actually let myself think maybe he actually is an alien, because there's just no way, unless he's paying people.
Yeah. That just means he's lying. That's what I've learned, guys. What I've realized in life: if something's too good to be true, 10 out of 10 times it is. If something's too good to be true, 10 out of 10 times it is, bro. Yeah, nobody's good at everything. That guy doesn't exist. Nobody's good at everything. Right? Even Michael Jordan had to go back to playing basketball. Freak of nature athlete. Incredible drive, incredible focus. Tried to go to the MLB. Stunk it up. Sent him packing. Put back on that Chicago Bulls jersey, sir. That's what you're good at. Okay? And so that's something you gotta really hold on to in life. It will protect you, man. Is whenever you get that, just all it takes is just that one little, I think this kind of sounds, smells, feels, looks like bullshit. Just assume it's bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Until proven otherwise.
Do it for him, which obviously he's not. That is insane, man.
Yeah.
That is insane. So
eventually Elon got busted when he's playing this game that he claimed to be one of the best players in the world at, and somebody who knows the game well reviewed it, and he's like, yeah, Elon really doesn't know what he's doing, which was pretty obvious, but I guess it's just hard to believe that somebody who already has it all, like money, fame, power, influence, still
just shows how insecure you really are. It's like they say, bro, money can't unlame you. It just goes to show how insecure he really is. He has it all, bro. He's literally the closest thing we have to Tony Stark in real life. Now, he's not really a genius. He's not really like Tony Stark. Tony Stark is designing the Iron Man suit, you feel me, and all that. But he is like as close as you can really get. Why lie about being good at video games? That's like a thing that, like, leave that for those guys, right? Usually those dudes who are really good at video games, they're not usually Chads. They're not usually rich. You know what I'm saying? This is just their one thing that they can say, I'm really good at this thing, man. I've been playing video games like a madman since I was 8 years old. I'm now 28 years old, and I'm really good at this one video game. That's all. That's what they have. Why you got to take that from them, too? You don't have enough? Huh?
Feels the need to trick people into thinking they're one of the best gamers in the world. I mean, it seems like a silly...
What, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll let you... I'm ass at video games, bro. I suck at video games. You know what I'm saying? But I've been blessed in so many other ways. I'm like, yeah, let somebody else have that. I guarantee you, just about any one of you that plays video games on a regular basis can beat me at all the video games, bro. I might put up a decent fight in Super Smash Brothers Brawl. I might put up a decent fight, but even if you're like really nice at that game, you got it. You don't even got to wonder about it. You know what I'm saying?
Controversy, but to think that a 50-year-old man is still that desperate and insecure is just insane. And of course, the way he handled the controversy just made it much worse, because this big gamer on Twitch, Asmongold, who Elon follows, he was criticizing Elon. So Elon got so butthurt about it, he leaked their DMs, and this was so embarrassing. He thought
What a bitch move, bro. So feminine to leak messages. You know what I'm saying? Only hoes do shit like this, man. Leak messages.
Like exposing this guy for him lying about being like an independent creator. He said Asmon believes he's like a maverick independent, but in reality he had to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man. And then he released these DMs where Elon was asking him if he could stream on Twitter, and he said he would talk to his editors about it. And then Elon responded and said, sure, who are your mysterious editors? And he explained to him that they're guys that help him run his YouTube account. Like, they take clips from his stream and edit them and upload them to YouTube. So they're employees of his. But Elon...
See, this is stuff like this convinces me that Elon Musk is actually not even like that high an IQ kind of guy. Like, his IQ isn't really that high above, much higher than average. the fact that he doesn't understand the concept of editors, is like, yeah, he pays people to edit his YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? He has to coordinate with them to stream and all that. The fact that Elon Musk couldn't grasp that concept, it's like, how smart are you really, guy? You know what I mean? At this point, I'm starting to think, Neil deGrasse Tyson could probably walk circles around you, dude.
And he took this like they're Asmongold's bosses or handlers or something, and he needs to get their permission on everything.
Hey, shout out to Kin Yan with the $5. Thanks, bro. Ooh. So Kin says that my music high school teacher was classmates with Elon. Called, what is that? Pretoria Boys? He was bullied for being weird, from what he said. I can believe that.
Everything. So Elon is just so confused.
Elon Musk is definitely a Naruto run through the corridor kind of guy. Huh? Elon Musk is definitely that kind of guy. In the Naruto run, it's sophomore year of high school.
I mean, he is off the deep end. This is unbelievable. And
I'm not just MAGA. I'm dark MAGA.
also, him sharing this message without Asmongold's consent is breaking Twitter's terms of service. And then also, of course, he took away Asmongold's blue check mark. So Elon has to be the most petty man alive, no doubt about it. And also, some people claim they're having trouble uploading videos of Asmon criticizing.
Bro, I thought about that earlier. He is literally Bling Bling Boy from Johnny Test, bro. I was like, Elon Musk is Bling Bling Boy, bro.
Elon's gameplay. So he might have been trying to censor that. I mean, he's basically just falling apart right in front of our eyes. Like, he is so sensitive. He'll also cry about how people make fun of him too much on Twitter. And his mom has to come to his defense sometimes. Like, she was on a show talking about how calling Elon wealthy or a billionaire is degrading, and people should just refer to him as a genius.
Really? You know, I don't like the word wealthy or billionaire or things like that because I think it's degrading. I think he's the genius of the world. And people are loving him for that. They don't, when they see me, they go crazy because I'm his mother. But they love him because of what he does, and they respect him. And
yeah, so poor Elon has people calling him wealthy. That must be tough. I mean, I think he's just so used to the positive attention, people praising him everywhere he goes and kissing his ass. He just can't handle any criticism now, and he thinks he can do everything because of people like Joe Rogan. I mean, when Joe talks to him, he treats Elon like he's literally a god. I mean, the first time he talked to him, it was so uncomfortable. Seeing a grown man act like this is just really hard to watch. Like, Joe just kept talking about how Elon is so far above everybody and how he's, like, superior to humans.
Yeah, I remember when they used to, I think everybody thought Elon Musk was a literal genius at some point because that was the marketing. Everyone kind of was like, oh, he built Tesla, SpaceX, self-driving cars. You know what I'm saying? And so Joe Rogan would say stuff like, yeah, you could just tell he has like a million things going on in his brain at one time. It's like, that's why he pauses so much when he speaks. No, he does that because he's on the spectrum. Okay. He's spurging out constantly. That's why he pauses like that. It's not because there are a million things going on at once.
And how dumb Elon makes him feel, which you would think somebody would be uncomfortable about this and they'd be like, all right, man, take it easy. I'm just a person like you. But of course, Elon, he's like, yeah, I'm an alien or I have a mutation or something. And Joe's like, that's what I thought. I always thought you're some superhuman AI creature sent here to help us.
But you must understand there's not a whole lot of human beings like you. You know that, right? So you're an oddity.
Seems, yes.
To chimps like me.
Yes. Is that all it takes for people to think you're a genius? Yes. Yes. Move your head like a chicken.
Some of us are a little more confused. When I watch you doing all these things, I'm like, how does this motherfucker...
But you know what? It does kind of help the genius argument. A little bit of autism, right? A little bit of autism. It can kind of help people believe you're a genius. Because autistic people, bro, they always got that one thing. They always got that one thing, bro. All the autistic people I know, they could either recite all the Pokemon from the Pokédex by heart, or they're amazing at chess, or they're really good at math. You know what I'm saying? They all got that one thing. And so it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see it. He's a little autistic. Maybe it helps him build rockets.
Have all this time and all this energy and all these ideas, and then people just let him do.
You know,
these
they
things.
say Isaac Newton had Asperger's apparently. So I believe it.
Because I'm an alien.
That's what I've speculated.
Yes.
I'm on record saying this in the past. I wonder.
It's true.
I mean, if there was one, I was like, if there was.
Imagine the moment Elon Musk realized that people just believe whatever he said because he's so rich. You know what I mean? Like, there comes a point where he must have just realized, like, they'll just believe anything I say.
Was like maybe an intelligent being that we created, like some AI creature that's superior to people. Maybe he'd just hang around with us for a little while like you've been doing and then fix a bunch of shit. Maybe that's the way.
I might have some mutation or something like that.
You might. Do you think you do?
Probably.
Do you wonder? Like, you're around normal people, you're like, You're like, what's up with these boring, dumb motherfuckers? Ever?
When Elon became rich, the high school contacted him to be a guest speaker, and he declined, and he donated $1 million for them to never contact him again. Wow. Hey, at least they got $1 million out of it.
Not bad for a human.
And it seems like almost every time Elon's mentioned on the podcast, Joe has to start talking about how dumb he feels compared to Elon. It's so cringy. And I think he even did a bit about that in his comedy special. And one time Joe had on somebody who works for Elon at SpaceX, and Joe started doing this whole thing. And you could tell by the end of it, the guy's just thinking, all right, dude, take it easy.
But it's just very confusing to me. I just feel so stupid when I'm around him, Like the conversation.
Joe Rogan, he's just smoked way too much weed. That's all that's going on here. He's just too fried.
I've had with him, like, God damn, I'm dumb.
No.
You gotta do what you gotta do with what you got.
I won't go that far.
So the guy like, I work for him. This guy, he can't even do the math for the rockets. He's not that smart. Don't worry about it. But he can't like go too far and say, all of that, because then he lose his job or get blackballed from the industry.
So Elon has to have one of the biggest egos ever at this point, with so many people constantly glazing him every second of every day. I mean, Joe is just absolutely obsessed with the guy, and every single thing Elon does is pure genius, according to Joe. Like, also he thinks Elon is the funniest man alive, which shows why Joe is the worst comedian alive. But when Joe starts talking about how funny Elon's memes and poop emojis and D's nuts jokes are, it's impossible not to get secondhand embarrassment, especially because it always turns into a glazing contest. It's like who can compliment and fawn over Elon the most, which it's impossible to beat Joe, but it's just wild to see two grown men acting like this.
Like, he makes memes. He posts memes. Like, when you post that meme of Bill Gates next to the emoji of a pregnant man, and said, when you want to lose a boner real quick.
Yeah.
That's wild. Because you can't even say, oh, fuck that guy, he's a dumbass. It's literally one of the smartest human beings alive and the wealthiest man alive.
The one where he was asked for comment by one of these legacy media outlets. I don't know if it was the New York Times, but it might as well have
Elon
been.
Musk jerks off to this, right? You got to know that. Right? Like, he puts up, like, he pulls up a porn site on like one of his 48-inch TVs that are in his bathroom, and he just puts on the Bluetooth stereo, Joe Rogan, and this guy, what's his name again, just glazing him all day. Elon seems like that kind of guy.
And he sent back a poop emoji, and it's like, look, that's a wise move, because the rules of the game say, he refused to comment.
Right.
But you can't say that if he did comment and it was a poop emoji. You have to report that. So that was extremely clever.
And he's...
I don't get it.
Said, Professor, suck on D's nuts.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Elon said that to Gavin Newsom?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah. Pull that post up.
Like, they're only talking about this because he's so rich. That's not ground shifting comedy skills. That's literally what 8th graders say to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, these nuts. Why are you impressed by this?
What's up, Jamie? It's so hilarious. He said,
hey, shout out to Stanley, man. Thanks for the $5, bro.
Professor Sug.
Yeah, you know, put a link to your beat if it's on YouTube.
On D's Nuts says it's legit and that parody is legal.
Holy
I forget what his
crap.
exact quote was. I'm paraphrasing. I checked with renowned world authority Professor Sugon D's Nuts, and he said parody is legal in America.
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
We don't deserve him.
Is that? We don't deserve him. Man, everyone just glazes him because they need. Hey, man, look, if you're on the Joe Rogan podcast and you know you're one person away from the richest man in the world, probably in your best interest not to say anything bad about a guy.
What a wild dude.
Wow.
What a wild dude.
Yeah, so Joe's got to be one of the biggest Elon simps. It's pathetic. Like, the guy spends so much time praising Elon.
But you don't got to go full glaze mode on the guy. You know what I'm saying?
And if you say anything even close to something negative about him on Joe's podcast, he gets all defensive about it. Like, one time Tim Dillon just mentioned how Elon loves attention, which is undeniable. But Joe, he couldn't
Shout out
admit
to
it,
Michael,
and he's
man.
like, well, that's just what comes with the job, you know? And Tim, he says, well, there are plenty of rich people that aren't tweeting all day. And Joe's response is, well, they're not building rockets and cars and digging tunnels. So it's like, all right, so you're saying Elon, he needs to be tweeting memes and poop emojis all day and playing video games because he's running a bunch of different companies at once? I mean, it sounds like that's what Joe's trying to say here, which that just makes me think maybe Elon isn't spending much time on these companies anymore. I mean, the guy probably spends like 8 hours a day just on Twitter, and that's not an exaggeration. I mean, he's tweeting all day long.
There's such a vast chasm between people that have a lot of money and the people of nothing, right?
Right.
And he's become kind of a symbol of that. So is Bezos, because they're literally now flying rockets into space.
Yeah.
So all the while you have all of these other problems and all of these other issues. So, you know, obviously people are going to, and I think he likes the attention. This is not a guy that doesn't want to be famous. He loves fame, 100%. You don't agree?
I don't know if he loves it. I think it comes with the job, and I don't think he minds it.
Oh, I think he quite enjoys it. I mean, he seems to have fun.
Do you think he pursues it? He definitely has fun, but he has fun with a lot of things.
Is Warren Buffett tweeting every day like this?
No, but Warren Buffett is not also inventing 50 different things at the same time.
He's a multi-billionaire. I mean,
he is, but he's an investor.
Sure.
Elon Musk is digging tunnels under cities and shooting rockets into space.
But there are a lot of people who are inventing stuff. Yeah, they may not be as wealthy as Elon, but they're not constantly tweeting. Listen, the only kind of person that is constantly tweeting on Twitter, there are two kinds of people, right? If you're just a normie, right? You're just a normal person. You go to school, you have a regular job, whatever, and you just follow like your friends and your friends follow you. Okay, that's different. Yeah, people like that, that's fine, whatever. But when it comes to people like Elon, people with clout, people with influence, if they're constantly tweeting, it's because they want to be popping on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the celebrities who have a Twitter and they're verified and they have a lot of followers, but they tweet like once every few months, right? Or every few weeks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe once or twice a week if they're kind of active. They're not pressed about being, you know, big on Twitter. Elon Musk is chronically online because he desperately wants attention and validation, which probably is a daddy issue. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't have a great relationship with his father or didn't.
Electric cars.
Where are the tunnels?
Well, there's one from Vegas to L.A. Have you seen it?
I've not seen it, and we don't need one.
And you can tell Tim isn't the biggest fan of Elon. And of course, Joe gets all defensive about it, you know, because nobody could ever criticize his god, Elon. I mean, even Tim just saying he likes attention is too much for Joe. And it causes him to feel the need to go through Elon's whole resume once again, like he does every other podcast. I mean, it's just so pathetic. And I guarantee Tim, probably along with all of Joe's other comedy friends, would love to be roasting Elon all the time on their podcast. Because the guy's like a cringe merchant, you know, it's probably hard not to make fun of him. But since they need Rogan and they're friends with him, they're probably nervous about it.
Yeah, bro, what is this? What is this? Like, after he did it the first time, didn't someone tell him, like, how he looks when he does it?
Setting him. But recently, Tim actually has started to make fun of Elon more. And it sounds like he gets what's going on. Like, recently, he said the tech elites are just using Trump to further their companies and ideas, and they don't actually care about Americans. And he said they're not excited about America. They're excited about leaving Earth. And Tim is the perfect person to roast Elon because he's also known for his rants about Bill Gates and George Soros and people like that. You know, like he'll go off about how Bill Gates wants to shoot dust particles at the sun. And he explained this to Rogan one time, and he's obviously freaked out like anybody would be. But it's just funny that with Bill Gates wanting to shoot dust particles at the sun, Joe's like, man, that's crazy. He just expects us to be like, yeah, go ahead and do it. You got enough money, do whatever you want. But then when Elon Musk explains to Joe that he wants to nuke Mars, Joe has nothing to say about it.
People want to make decisions for all of us, like Bill Gates. Like one of the wackiest ones, he's talking about like blocking the sun, putting particles in the sky to block the sun to cool the earth. Like, hey, kid, there's a whole lot of people on Earth. You don't get to say for all of us. You don't talk for all of us just because you have $100 billion. That's crazy talk.
Right.
That's what people are scared of.
And how would you warm it up?
Well, there's a few ways to tackle that problem. You could just have it just do giant thermonuclear explosions every few seconds. The sun is a giant thermonuclear reactor in the sky.
And the craziest thing to me is Joe Rogan, who's friends with a bunch of billionaires and arguably some of the most powerful people on the planet, will still say stuff like this on his podcast.
If you're running corporations and you're making billions of dollars, you're going to get bored. What's the ultimate game? The ultimate game is to run the whole world. What people are scared of is that when you really do have ultimate money and ultimate power, with most people, there's this desire to control people.
Look, I don't believe there's any such thing as an ethical billionaire. I don't think you can become a billionaire without being just, you got to be a little evil. There has to be some amount of evil in you. I mean, there's a little bit of evil in all of us, let's be real. But you got to be, you know what I'm saying, willing to hurt people, willing to really screw people over in a big way, I think. Cheat people, hurt people with your products, cut corners. And yeah, man, I think I agree with Joe here. Once you get to the top of that pyramid, you're the richest man in the world. What do you do now? What do you do next? I think the only reason he didn't buy TikTok, Elon Musk, and who knows, maybe he tried, but I think the only reason he didn't do it is because he's already scratched that itch. You know what I'm saying? Like, he owns Twitter. It's like, And he can't. I think why Twitter appealed to Elon in a way that TikTok wouldn't is TikTok would just serve as a means to make him money, which he's printing money. He doesn't need TikTok. TikTok isn't going to enrich him in any significant way. All he could probably do is just ruin it and make people hate him even more. It's not worth it. Why Twitter was appealing to him was because he could tweet on there and he could control what other people were saying. And he could control the narrative on Twitter. He could literally alter the algorithm so that the landscape, the dialogue, looks more like what he would want it to look like. He could reward people that show him support and punish people that come against him. It was all an ego move, all to stroke his ego. And so, yeah. So what's next? What comes next? Well, then you become the president's right-hand man. You get in bed with the president. You think Elon Musk cares about America? I don't think he cares about America like that. I mean, maybe to a degree, in the way that, slave owners cared about their slaves. You don't want them to just drop down dead. How else are you going to make your money? So I think he cares about America in that sense. But I don't think he cares about the little guy. I don't think he cares about Americans. And he wants power. He wants power. They all want power. That's what it is. That's what this all is, man. It's just seeking power.
It's part of the gig. You start controlling people.
Yeah.
Just like people like to
I
pull
know.
strings on people.
Yeah, so I guess Joe, he's friends with the good billionaires.
LeBron's an ethical billionaire? Maybe. I don't believe it.
You know, all the other ones, they're trying to control people in the world.
Bro, if nobody likes LeBron in the league and the NBA from what I've seen. A lot of people don't. He's not a very popular guy. He's not a very popular guy, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Well, hey, I don't know. He said some pretty wishy-washy things when it comes to China. Look, I have no LeBron hate at all. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. That's fine. I don't look, man. I'm not hating on. Don't hate the player, hate the game. They say. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
But Elon Musk, the richest man alive, he's just doing everything.
He supports the CCP. Yeah, right. And look, I don't know enough about the CCP to even have an opinion, right? Honestly, besides the fact that they're communist. And communism has a long track record of being incredibly bad for people. But, you know, hey.
To help Americans.
And then Kanye. I mean, look, man. I just don't think you can get that rich without cutting corners, stepping on toes, stepping on people.
Is their best interest in mind. I mean, Rogan acts like everything Elon does is just a selfless act for humanity.
LeBron went to the Diddy
reality,
party. That's
he
true.
Does is to gain more power, money, influence, and further his businesses.
Well, a lot of
with
people went to Diddy parties.
Joe has people convinced Elon buying Twitter was a risky move, and he just did it to save free speech. And if he didn't do it, we were heading down a path of censorship and controlled narratives. But there's still a ton of censorship on there, maybe more than ever. And the reason he bought Twitter is so he can control the narrative and manipulate the algorithm and collect everybody's data. Like, since Elon bought Twitter, his net worth has doubled, and he's going to be a trillionaire soon. And he has a huge influence on the president. Like, he's with Trump 24/7. But we're expected to believe.
A cool, interesting conspiracy rap song you should listen to is Channel Zero by Cannabis. Okay, let me look that up. I'm not into conspiracy theories anymore, though. Conspiracy theories are a waste of time, bro.
Him buying Twitter.
But some of them do turn out to be true. They're not all bullshit, but most of them are.
Twitter, that was a selfless move. And the best part is Elon would complain about buying Twitter and talk about how it's tough to make money on his investment. Like on Rogan's podcast, he said it's a tough way to make a living. Imagine that, the richest man on the planet complaining about how he's having a tough time making money with one of his businesses to a bunch of people who can barely even afford to survive. I mean, it's crazy, especially considering he's using the platform to collect everybody's data and gain even more influence on us and more control in the world.
Thank you so much for buying Twitter. Thank
welcome.
you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm not exaggerating when I think you changed the course of history. I really do. I really think you made a fork in the road. We were headed down a path of censorship and of control of narratives that is unprecedented. Forget about what they were able to do back when they had newspapers and the media under control.
I mean, the reason I did the Twitter acquisition was like, it's like, man, if I don't do this, I think we're screwed, is the issue.
Well, if you didn't do it, no one else was going to do it because it wasn't a financial winner. It was kind of a crazy move.
It's a crazy move. I mean, the thing was way overpriced. You know, like long term, I think we can ultimately make it a win for investors. But boy, this is a hard way to make a living.
Yeah, so I'm glad Elon's having an easier time making a living now. I was worried about him for a second. But what's wild to see is Alex Jones is even selling out to Elon now. You know, he's kissing the ring, probably because he's nervous about upsetting Elon and getting kicked off Twitter. But it's just crazy to see because Elon is everything Alex would complain about and still complains about. I mean, he's a
face.
Transhumanist, technocrat, globalist who's putting chips in people's brains, trying to develop mind reading, collecting our data to use for AI, and trying to control the media and narrative to further his agenda. And he's trying to nuke Mars so he can start a civilization there, which sounds like everything Alex would warn us about.
And the elites themselves believe they're racing
using human technology to try to take our best minds and build some type of breakaway civilization where they're going to merge with machines, transcend, and break away from the failed species that is man. First artificial intelligence will be a supercomputer based on the neuron activities of the hive mind of humanity, with billions of people wired into it with the Internet of Things. And so all of our thoughts go into it, and we're actually building a computer that has real neurons in real time that's also psychically connected to us, that are organic creatures. And so then it's the end of consciousness and free.
That's just bullshit. You heard all that? That's just nothing. Nothing there, bro. Just all babble. That kind of stuff used to entertain me, bro. There's just nothing there.
Free will for individuals, as we know, and a true 2.0 in a very bad way, hive mind consciousness with an AI jacked into everyone, knowing our hopes and dreams.
So now seeing Alex defend Elon and praise him is just unbelievable. And Alex had a meltdown over it because he knows he sold out and is supporting the globalists now. But it's hilarious. You know, he's trying to convince people that Elon is the one fighting the globalists, and he's trying to expose Epstein. That's why people are attacking him, which is just ridiculous. I mean, Trump and Elon are in power now. Are we going to see that Epstein list? No chance. I hope I'm wrong, but I highly doubt it. You know, I doubt two people who...
Technocrats are actually trying to merge man with machine. We've already merged man with machine, bro. You're literally merged with this thing. You are inseparable from this thing. This thing is a part of your identity. Your children are going to grow up with this image of you. You looking at your phone like this. You know what I'm saying? You've already merged with machine. Your phone knows you better than you know yourself. All right? And then let's not forget things like, you know, those mechanical arms that they attach to people who have amputated arms and legs and all of that. We've been merging with machine for decades now in all kinds of ways. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, to try and pay. So all of this other stuff ain't evil, right? Your cell phone, your iPhone, giving amputees the ability to walk again, that stuff's not evil. But there's some version of this in the future that's coming. That's evil, right? That's when you gotta that's something you gotta always be suspicious of. Whenever the storyline is something's coming, it's coming, it's on the way, it's coming, and it never fucking comes, bro. Pause, but it just never does.
Who are tied.
They've been selling people on that hook, line, and sinker for 2,000 years, huh? It's coming. Keep waiting. Don't worry, it's coming.
Epstein and P.
In the meantime, give me your money.
Diddy want that list out, and I'm sure we're going to stop hearing about Epstein now. You know, everybody who's been questioning the story and talking about how we need the list exposed, they're going to stop talking about it now. But yeah, Alex Jones, he had a meltdown recently because he knows he's supporting a globalist.
What the hell? And he's exposing Jeffrey Epstein and the CIA. Hell, last week he put out tweets about the CIA at war with America. God almighty. Jones sold out retweeting that. God, I apologize to all of you. I'm sorry. I sold out. I tried to stop the oil rigs, the giant Muslim kidnapping rings. I'm sorry. I kissed Elon Musk's ass. We're so close to getting the globalists. I want their throat. I want victory. And now you can see it. And you guys think you're going to harass Elon Musk and push him off of supporting Trump and divide Trump and Elon? You're not. We have already beaten your ass.
Always got to reposition, man.
Yeah, so at this rate, Alex is going to be trying to convince
always got to reposition
people that Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates are fighting the globalists. It's so funny. Like, Trump, he just had a 3-hour meeting with Bill Gates about vaccines. Is Alex just going to ignore that? And right now, it looks like the people pulling the strings of the Trump administration are going to be a bunch of technocrat globalists like Peter Thiel, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Mark Andreessen, David Sachs, and now even Bill Gates. And all those people, except for Peter Thiel and maybe David Sachs, were all anti-Trump guys and voted for Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. But I guess now they just conveniently came to their senses all of a sudden and are now backing Trump. And I talked about this a little more on Patreon in my recent video about how Mark Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan's podcast and tried to suck up to him and Trump supporters and just failed miserably.
Yeah, man. So that's the situation with Elon Musk. That guy has lost his mind, truly. All right, let's see what else we got here. So somebody here, let's listen to some Weeknd real quick. The Weeknd dropped a music video today. Yeah, let's see what's going on here with Abel.
Thinking about it, girl, you're thinking about it. When we got here, how we fucking got here. They recognized, they just recognized I'm in a life without a home, so this recognition's not enough. And I don't care about nobody else, cause I've been on these streets for too long, too long, too long. Baby, I've been on this too long. Faded too long, got me on this rolling stone. So I'll take another hit, kill another serotonin with a handful of...
Nah, this trash with the fire emoji. Yeah. It's like, That's the thing with dudes who can really sing. They can just say whatever, bro, and make a song. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro can literally read off a grocery list in his Weeknd voice to a R&B instrumental, and it's gonna sound listenable. This ain't bad. I mean, it's not my cup of tea personally. I'll be real with you. This isn't my favorite version of The Weeknd. So, but hey, if that's what you're into, that's good for you, man. Oh yeah, let's hear Future. Let's listen to Future. Now, they were saying they're going to take the stream down. I don't know. I looked it up on Google. It said you could react to music videos on stream. 5 out of 10. One of his best songs. Cardi over the weekend.
Yeah. Put up.
Future really is going to go down in the Hall of Fame of rappers, bro. His run has been incredibly long.
Lost my daughter fentanyl, his body couldn't absorb it. Gone off a G6, feel like I'm on orbit. Yeah. I done lost my daughter fentanyl. I done lost my daughter fentanyl.
Dang.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
This is about to be the anthem of the Midwest right here. I done lost my dog to fentanyl.
Looking at his text, he was battling with depression. I should have seen the sign soon as I received the message. Yeah. Drugs in my body, I still cry for you. Drugs in my body, I still cry for you. Never know what real niggas go through. Started to take advantage of these pills when he drill. I wanna tell him stop, but it help him when he kill. Living in the hills, but I still feel the sadness. Coming from the bottom of the trap. Instagram epidemic got bigger than crack. Popping opioids, just trying to relax. Thought I was done with it. Then got the news about you. All it made me wanna do is relapse. Lost my daughter fentanyl. I go up and I cry for you. Love you so much, I die for you. Lost my little homie to a gang war. I don't cry, I go slide for you.
Who are these little white kids in the video? Or was this? Is that his friend that died? What's this? All right, guys, the cops just came and told me I can't react to this no more because I'm going to get my stream pulled down. So we're moving on. I guess we got to do it on Twitch if we're going to react to music. All right. That's whatever, I guess. Travis just dropped 4x4. You got to check that out. It's fire. Yeah, not on YouTube, unfortunately. All right, let's get it going. The biggest simp in rap, Dave Blunt.
Rappers out here, all right? Literally. Bro has an amazing voice. We all know Dave Blunt, man. He's one of the biggest rappers out here, all right? Literally. Bro has an amazing voice and bro makes amazing music, but my mans has sipped too much simp juice, all right? From meeting a girl on Discord, flying her out, her cheating on you, and then letting her stay at the crib is absolutely insane.
I can't co-sign that, big brother.
I hate to say it, but my boy Dave Blunt is the biggest simp in the rap game. Yo, what's going on, guys? PieMat7 here. We are back at it, talking about rappers once again, bro. This is like my second rapper video of the week.
I'm not a rap channel, okay? I'm just a yap channel. Let me stop.
Today we are talking about Dave Blunt. My man's Dave Blunt is a Hall of Fame simp. I'm not even trying to make...
Bro, these YouTube videos have all become so, like, ADD, bro. ADHD. They're all like 1,000 miles per hour. Like, bro. And look, it's engaging. I get why it's taken off, this style. Everyone's making videos like this now. And I get it. It is engaging. It has a pace into it that makes you follow along. But dang.
Fun of bro, but yo, what he has been doing with these last few chicks he's interacted with.
Who started this style? Who was the first person to do this style, bro? This like 1,000,000 times, 1,000,000 miles per hour, just getting it off. Was it the generosity? I feel like he low-key kind of started this style.
It's absolutely insane. Now, Dave Blunt is pretty open.
It was TikTok. The generosity.
About his relationships. He talks about it all the time on podcasts. And one of his first relationships that he talked about was with this girl named Solar. So he met this girl through this Discord server and they started.
TikTok? Jacksepticeye. I never really watched much of Jack's content.
Exchanging numbers with each other and they started
comes from short form content. That makes sense. It does feel like a short. This is how people talk in shorts, and then they just made them into 10-minute videos now. It is the evolution. Look, man, either get with it or get lost.
Flirting with each other over the phone and over Discord. Now, Solar goes on to tell Dave Blunt the type of situation she's living in which she's staying in an apartment with 4 other people and she's sleeping on the living room floor, all right?
Damn.
Dave Blunt's putting on the Captain Save-A-Ho cape. He goes on to say, hey, you can come live with me in Los Angeles with his entire rap crew. No. Dave Blunt flies Solar out and she stays at this house in LA with his entire rap crew. Now, guys, this is when the shit gets crazy, okay? Dave Blunt tells us in this podcast that he was spending thousands of dollars on this chick every day. The first day she came there, he spent $1,000 on weed for her, okay?
So like 1,000 on weed for her, like when she touched down, bro.
Fuck wrong with him. 1 week after her coming over, right, she's not cleaning up. She's arguing with Dave Blunt's roommate. She's having random people pick her up and not tell Dave Blunt where she's at. And on top of that, she ain't got no job. She broke as hell. Dave Blunt confronts her about all of this shit. And guess what she says to Dave Blunt? She says,
I don't want to be your girlfriend anymore. I just want to be friends.
Now, we would all think that after a girl doesn't want to be with you, y'all would go your separate ways. But no, my boy Dave Blunt says, nah, you can still stay here at the crib, even though we ain't dating, even though random people...
I mean, what do you expect, though? The man literally weighs as much as a tractor, huh? This guy ain't got... This is his only move. It's like, here, take all my stuff, please. Touch my willy. That's his only move, bro. He don't even got the lung capacity to spit game, bro. I mean, he does make songs. He does make songs. You gotta be able to do that, but I mean, who would look at a guy like Dave Blunt and think, oh yeah, this guy's he's pulling the hose. You know what I mean?
Picking you up, and even though you ain't got no job, what the fuck is going on? So weeks go on in which they're not in a relationship anymore, but Solar is still staying at the house. She's still getting picked up. Dave Blunt is still spending money on her, and she's still arguing and not cleaning up after herself with the roommates in Dave Blunt's house. Now, after this situation, Dave Blunt ends up in the hospital sick. I don't know what he had, but he said that he was in the hospital. So Dave Blunt's manager calls him up and says, yo, you gotta get this chick out the house. And Dave Blunt is like, nah, she's still kind of cool. I don't want to kick her out. And his manager says that if she was a good friend, she would come and see you at the hospital. So Dave Blunt texts her and says, hey, I'm in the hospital. And guess what this chick says? She says, oh man, I hope you feel better. Oh, hell no! The chick you flew out that you bought food for, housing her, bought weed for, can't even see you in the hospital, and all she gonna say is
she got flued out. He bought her $1,000 worth of weed, and then she got picked up by another dude who blew her back out and sent her back to Dave, where she could recuperate, eat some more of his Welch's fruit snacks, and drink his Capri Suns. Don't Dave look like the kind of dude who would just have Welch's fruit snacks and Capri Suns on hand, on deck? He seemed like that kind of guy.
Oh, man, I hope you feel better.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
So boom, Dave Blunt is at the end of the road here, right? He's pissed off that this chick won't even come see him in the damn hospital after he housed her and flew her out from Kansas City. So he calls Solar up and like, yo, you gotta get out of here, right? Solar comes to the hospital, they crying, they fighting, all kinds of shit. And guess what my man does? He says, you know what? I'm gonna give you 30 days to stay there. Yo, ain't no fucking way, bro. After all this shit happened, you still gonna let her stay with you for another 30 days? What did I say, guys?
And you know she's robbing him while he's in the hospital. She's going through his stuff, seeing what she can pilfer.
Hall of Fame. Now, Dave Blunt's manager calls him up again and says, yo, you got to get this chick out of here. And Dave Blunt changes his mind. So, boom, Dave Blunt's manager goes on to kick Solar out the crib, right? Why does Dave Blunt get a random phone call from a random man saying,
yo, bro, that wasn't cool what you did. You should have let her stay in the crib.
Oh, hell nah. So a random dude is calling you about your ex-girlfriend staying in your crib and saying,
yo, you can't kick her out.
Absolutely insane, man. Absolutely insane.
Because he's in the crib with her.
The guy that called Dave Blunt pulls up to the crib, Solar pulls up to the crib, and the cops pull up to the crib, and they kick Solar out, and she's gone, all right? And at the end of all of this, guess what Dave Blunt says?
Bro, I love that girl, bro.
Nah,
I love that girl. Like, nobody, she can do no wrong in my eyes.
Wow, man. Ain't no fucking way, man. Let me tell you something, guys. I knew this situation was cooked as soon as Discord came out his mouth, all right?
Yeah.
Listen to me closely. All my young viewers watching this, do not date an e-girl, okay? I don't understand why I gotta explain this shit to y'all, but for the love of everything on earth, do not date an e-girl. Well,
Don't
Pie
do
Man,
it.
she got the gothic hair. She thick. Oh my God, she played Counter-Strike with me. Bro, I don't care about none of that, bro. Look at the situation that is just unfolded over a Discord e-girl. And guys, it only gets worse. Months go on after this situation, and I'm watching Dave Blunt's story, and I see that he reposts a video on his story of Solar. And look at the caption of what he said about this girl. He says, and I missed you the most, maybe even more than Madison. Solar always gonna have a special place in my heart.
But look, this is the kind of stuff Dave needs to make music, bro. This is what gives him his inspiration in the lab. He needs this. It's like Taylor Swift constantly needs to be going through breakups in order to make her next album. Dave needs more Madisons.
Take this shit no more, man. And then not only that, guys, he in the comment section talking about some Solar Sunday with a heart. He deleted the comment, but I screenshotted that shit. Got him. Ain't no
Don saying facts, he dated an e-girl in the past. Nope, never done it, never have done that. Never met a chick on Discord or anything like that. Never done it. It's just I've had Discord servers and I've just observed. And it just seems like a recipe for disaster. Not even necessarily because, I don't know. It's a combination. It's not just the chick. It's also the dude. Oftentimes, if that's where what you're resorting to meet chicks is Discord chat rooms. And look, is it possible that a dude just joins a server to join a server and there's a chick in there and they start talking and they realize they live in the same city and then they meet? Does that ever happen? Sure, probably. But I'm saying most of the time, from what I've seen, it doesn't look like it's gonna go well. You know what I'm saying? When relationships escalate online, 9 out of 10 times they're bad, from what I've seen. But maybe I'm wrong.
fucking way you talking about I miss you the most after this girl done blatantly cheated on you. She getting picked up in the middle of the night.
Why that's different from like Tinder or Instagram or whatever is because the goal with dating apps and social media, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, Facebook, is to meet the chick very quickly. The thing with these Discord relationships and stuff like that, dudes will be like, this is my girlfriend. For a whole year, never met her in person. You know what I'm saying? Full-blown relationship, fall into sleep, asleep together on FaceTime, never meet in person. And it almost always goes bad when they finally meet in person. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but it just does.
And not telling you where she at. You spent money on this girl. She arguing with you to let her stay. And then on top of all of that, she couldn't even go see you at the fucking hospital. And you gonna sit here on Instagram stories saying you miss her the most? Get the fuck. Chat, what did I say? Hall of Fame. And lads, it's not over. Dave Blunt has another simp situation with another girl literally a month after this shit. So the second girl Dave Blunt simped over, her name is Isabel, all right? Dave Blunt performed at Juice WRLD Day in
Isabel, that sounds like a Dave Blunt's kind of girl. It goes well with Madison. Isabel, Madison, Solar. Yeah, he has a type.
Chicago, in which he came out on stage with this girl. Now, with the pictures going around on the internet, a lot of people are like, yo, this relationship looks a little weird, all right? Somebody called them the Godskin duo. That's fucked up. Now, it got to the point where the internet found out this girl Isabel's Instagram. Now, with them finding out Isabel's Instagram, a lot of people start DMing her and said,
yo, are you really with Dave Blunt? Like, yo, are y'all a couple? Are y'all really together?
And a screenshot start to go around of somebody DMing Isabel, all right? This person DMs Isabel and says, you can't seriously be fucking with him, right? Isabel responds to bro saying, please, with 5 laughing emojis, and says, I just wanted to go on stage.
Damn.
Wow. Who could have thought? So this screenshot goes viral on the internet, right? Dave Blunt sees this screenshot and confronts the girl about it and says, yo, did you really say that shit? Isabel goes on to say, no, it's all fake. None of this shit is real. And Dave Blunt, being the simp he is, believes the chick and goes on to ask his friends, how easy is it to Photoshop a screenshot? And his homies is telling him it's fucking easy as hell.
And I'm going around, I'm asking people, like, how easy is it to fake screenshots? And like, it's real easy, bro. Like a dumbass simp, I believed it.
You stupid. Now, like I said earlier, Dave Blunt expresses himself through his music, and he makes a song about the situation, saying Isabel only wanted to get on stage with me, clout chasing, all kinds of shit, right? He previews this song talking shit about Isabel because of the whole situation that happened, and guess who's in the fucking video? Isabel. Isabel is in the snippet video of the song he made about her only fucking with him to get on stage.
Bro, ain't no fucking
made a
way,
song
man.
like
yo,
that?
you can't.
You cannot make this shit up. And the cherry on top is the caption. He says, we still rocking. Yo,
What?
Dave Blunts, man. This shit gotta stop, bro.
Look, bro, I mean, this is his brand though, bro.
This is horrific. You tell
it works for him. You know what I'm saying? If this was happening to somebody who is perceived as being good with chicks or cool or whatever, then yeah, this would be something that would end their career. But it's Dave. He's fat, you know?
telling me that you still with the chick that literally said that she only fucks with you for clout. You make a song about her, she in the damn snippet of the song, and you talking about we still rocking. Hall of Fame.
Your time has come.
And then a few weeks go by, and guess what my man Dave Blunt's post on his Instagram story? He goes on to post a picture of him and Isabel and says, if only I listened when they told me you wasn't for me since the beginning. It's almost like this situation should have never happened from the beginning. It's almost like this Isabel person showed her true
he's definitely leaning into it.
colors. You saw the true colors and you chose to stay with her. It's almost like Hall of Fame. Like at this point, the jokes write themselves, man. I can't say anything more about this other than, yo, my man's Dave Blunt.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how this is what rap has evolved into, at least this branch of rap. It started off with like Lil Uzi, you know, making songs, talking about, you know, that. Actually, it started with Drake. I feel like Drake was the first ever simp rapper, but he did it in a way where he didn't seem like the loser. He makes songs that dudes who are going through heartbreak can relate to. It's like, oh, you know, who can't relate to that one chick that, you know what I'm saying, broke your heart, whatever, you know? And then that evolved into Lil Uzi. And he kind of he leaned into it more, and then you got X and Juice WRLD and all these guys, Lil Peep and all these guys, and they leaned to it even more. But they balanced it out by making songs talking about how, you know, they have a bunch of hoes and they, you know, they played this chick and it's like, oh, you know, I just hit him and quit him. And like they balanced out the simping with the, oh, I'm just, you know, I don't even love any of these chicks. And now it's evolved into Dave Blunt, who is just like, I'm just a full-blown simp. I'm simping online. I'm invested in the simp lore. I'm actually actively crafting the simp lore and putting it on Instagram. What's next? What's next, man? Incel rap? I think incel rap is next, bro. Oh my gosh, it is, bro. Because we have a whole generation of dudes who can relate to that kind of music, bro. Incel rap is coming up next, bro. I called it. I want to go down. When it happens, I want clips of Young Don predicting incel rap going viral in 7 years when that happens. Probably won't even take that long, bro. But I called it. I called it. All right. Man, what else we got here? Drake makes incel rap already? Nah, I'm talking about real incel rap, bro. Real incel rap. Talking about how you never get hoes. All women are terrible. You know what I'm saying? They all want Chads and you're not a Chad. Like that kind of music, bro. You know, black pill rage music. All right, guys. How long have we been streaming for? Oh, man. All right, almost 3 hours. That was a decent little stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, didn't post today, but we'll be posting some of these clips tomorrow. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. End it with a Dave Blunt song. I got you, bro. I'll play my favorite Dave Blunt song. 10 Perks. He's so overweight. All right, chat. Have a good night, man.
I bought her a chain, I bought her a bag, I'm buying her everything.
Hope you enjoyed
The only
it.
thing that I didn't buy her is a new wedding ring. I told her to promise to always stay true and never to fuck the team. I know she probably think I'm crazy cause I'm always saying that. But my ex, she did me dirty once I got my heart attached. And I'm steady popping Xans cause they help me to relax. Xanax don't help
That white dude, he kind of looked like 1900 Rugrats, no?
me, it just put me in a trance. I'm talking about euphoria, I'm not talking about a man. Told her don't leave me cause I need you by my side. As long as you don't leave me, then I'll probably be
I'll show you though. There's one part of this song that makes this my favorite Dave Blunt song.
alright. And that one time that you left me, I didn't get no sleep that night. And that one time that you left me, I took 10 perks to get high. 10 perks to get high. Pray that I don't die. But if I die, I'll see you in the sky. 2 pints of the quake.
Put down the
Don't
fork,
leave,
Dave.
just stay, babe. Let's go on a vacay and leave the world behind. And I really got abandoned by my father. So learning how to treat a woman, it was harder. She broke my heart a couple times.
Bro, this is the ultimate simp rapper, bro.
Then I got smarter. I fucked her friends and said I never meant to hurt her. Turns out she a squirter. Kill the pussy, it's murder. Kill the pussy, Michael Myers. Perk 30s get me higher. For the perk 30, I'm a fiend. I pray I don't OD. And I'm still sipping codeine. My double cup put me to sleep. My double cup put me to bed.
Right here, I
She
love the
talking about
beat right
giving me
here,
head.
bro.
I told her to open her legs. I'm treating your bitch like Meg. I'm treating your bitch like the bitch that tied me up and put her teeth on it. I put out my pants and put my dick right in her hand. I told her to spit on it. 10 perks to get high. Pray that I don't die.
Yeah, I like how the bass comes in so late. All right, guys, that's the stream. Good night, man. Have a good one.